Hey, SBG solution-based gang, like, share, subscribe. Say no to rim, brothers, mothers, fear and sell no good suckers. Hype him up, hype him up. Shouts out Sharon, Bracy in the waters. Wake up morning show, salute, big dog. Shout out to the Lure, PH, give a salute. Brownsville, SBG solution-based gang.
Let's go. Good day. And that's how, boy. Yeah. That's shout out to my people. God damn it. Shout out to the people. God damn it. I wanna thank you. Yeah. Good looking. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And everybody that got a membership, please maintain your membership. It's much appreciated. Shout out to Shadow the Titan Watts. He gifted 5 wildest wake up show memberships. Thank you so much. Good day to you, sir. Appreciate it. Hey, Bob, good day to you, beautiful. How you doing? Whatever. You don't got to be holding me accountable. What's up, Corinne? Good day to you. What's up, Love Wisdom? Yeah. So, you know how it be going. I was on the Lapeef Network the other day, and they said, Sharon, I'm doing well. Thank you, Bomb Cherry. And they said, Sharon, you too soft on the ladies. You know I don't waste no time. I like to get right into it. People that's late, they late. They gonna have to get it on the get back. That's it. What up, Shamir? Samar, I apologize. What up, Samar? And I just always find it interesting. What is that? Interesting. Jesus. Already. I always find it interesting how they want me to attack the women. It's just always so weird. I guess put it on rotate since as soon as I put this up, it got a little hot.
You want a window?
No. And I never really understood this sentiment of me. Yes, I can't pronounce nothing today. Shout out, that's kind of crazy. You know what I mean? Hey, babe, can I get a chapstick? Thank you. Let me drink. You're right, Shadow. Let me drink some more water. And you know, they've been fighting me tooth and nail. You know, for the last month, I've been on my campaign explaining to these young men and the older ones, especially, how dangerous men are and how dangerous they could be, how dangerous their rhetoric can be. I've been talking about it for pretty much since I started my show 3 years ago. I've been communicating. Men got to pay attention to the words that they're using. Who can they be affecting with the words that they're using? Watch, take out that lust and degeneracy from the top of your value system. Why do you want to hold dear to degeneracy? Why do you want to hold dear to lust? It do not need to be at the top of your value system, brother. But regardless, within recent days, we see what's the outcome. We see what men are saying what. And we're gonna keep on monitoring. We're gonna keep on seeing who is gonna be supporting, who's gonna be. We got eyes on it. Do y'all really want to make change? Or y'all just want to talk about making change? Because we gotta attempt to move the culture and the mindset. That is what needs to be changed. Good day to you, Corinne. What up, Davey? Clearly, I need more English classes. Yeah, Davey. I don't got nothing to do with English classes. That's because I talk a lot throughout the day, even though when I'm not streaming. Well, and for you, you believe that this is just because it's the beginning of the day for you, this is actually the end of the day for me. Everybody getting exposed this summer. Hey, it is what it is. It's crazy out here. That's for sure. It's crazy. And I got a question. How come? I got a question. Make sure you're showing some love and supporting the show. This is how we keep on building correct discussions. We are doing the right things over here. We've been doing the right things. We've been on the right side of history for the past 3 years. And I'm pulling up anywhere I can to keep on pushing as much decent information that I possibly possess. I want to keep on pushing out any information that I learned throughout my experiences of being 45 years old. I'm going to keep on pushing. I understand with me keep on pushing that I have a lot of people that are going to feel attacked. They are going to feel mad. And I get it. It is what it is. I'm built for it tough. I'm built for it. But how come, this is my question, how come every time, make sure y'all hitting that like and the share button. That really means a lot, man. It really pushes us out into the algorithm. I cannot do it alone. I need y'all so we can keep on pushing out dope, great, positive, productive discussions. It's the only way. I can't do it by myself. Just so y'all understand, I need y'all help. I need you. Hopefully you need me. Hopefully I'm making myself valuable enough where you need me as well. I'm doing my best, goddammit. I'm doing my best to get the chat lit up in all different types of colors. I'm doing my best to get the numbers up as big as possible. I am doing my best. I'm going to keep on pushing. I'm going to keep on adding more work to my load. Shout out to Rondé. Exactly. But we got to support the people that is not a part of the brotherhood too. We cannot only allow the so-called brotherhood of negative, remedial, dangerous rhetoric to be able to get pushed out there. We got to start doing better as a collective to push out the proper message as well. What up, Chatter King, right? And so, damn, I didn't get to the question yet, right? Let me think. So the question, man, boy, that's the kind of colors we need. Yeah. Shout out to that, man. Shout out to my guy holding me down. I appreciate that. We only got 14 likes. We need more support. We only got 14 likes. We need more support. Shout out to the color in the chat. We need more of that. We need more of we make it like a rainbow in there. I can't see the, damn. Shout out to that. I can't see who got the memberships. There's a little trouble going on, but shout out to Shadow the Titan Wise with 5 more. He doubled up with 5 more Wildest Wake Up Show memberships. Thank you so much, my brother. I really appreciate that. Make sure y'all be exact. Make sure y'all go ahead and be in competition with Shadow and whoop his ass. That's right. He don't mind some competition. That's right. Light it up on his ass too. Shout out to the beautiful Corinne Mackey turning this thing into a rainbow coalition. Shout out to Corinne Mackey with the one out there. I appreciate you. Honesty and content. Love. Thanks always. Man, I really appreciate that. Always holding me down. Thank you so much, Miss Corinne Mackey. Thank you so much. Shout out to Love Wisdom. She said she got one of those memberships. Hopefully you maintain it. Thank you so much. And thank you to Shadow. Salute. What's up, CJ? How come, let me get to the question. I got a question, right? How come every time a man says to another man needs to improve, right? Suddenly he's soft on women. Let me repeat that. How come every time a man says another man needs to improve, suddenly he is soft on women? How is that an issue? It's a fascinating equation, if you ask me. A man can rob a bank, he can steal your car, key your truck, sleep with your cousin's girlfriend, owe you money for 6 months. But the second he say, hey, brother, maybe we should communicate better in relationships, now you a simp. How did we get there? How did we get there, Shiesty? That's all I want to know. When did accountability become a hate crime for men? When? When did this happen? Because, that's what it feels like nowadays, right? I tell a man, hey, you should probably listen to your wife. He reacts like, I told. How he react? All I did was tell the man, hey, maybe you should listen to your man. The man acts like I told him to surrender his goddamn citizenship. Listen to her. That's okay. What kind of agenda is this? What you mean agenda? Like, like some of these brothers we talk to, brother, you've been married twice and engaged 4 times. Maybe the agenda is survival. I don't know. Me, I've been married for 15 years. For somebody like Bomb Cherry, that ain't nothing. She smoked that. She did that twice already. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just giving you my life experience. Why are you mad at my life experience? You know what 15 years of marriage means? It means I got evidence. That's what that means. It means I got field research. And some of these relationship gurus be giving advice like they are the ones who discovered fire. Meanwhile, they never maintain a relationship longer than a goddamn Netflix subscription. I'm not saying I'm perfect at all. I'm saying I got enough experience to know what doesn't work. And let me tell you something. The internet got me convinced that relationships are won through domination, and that is hilarious. That is the funny part. You don't dominate. That's not how you. Trust me, it's not going to end good, but you're going to be a part of that 5 to 7 year marriage situation. You want to be, hey, I'm just telling you how it is. Why is that such a difficult? I don't know why it's so difficult for my brothers to understand that. I don't know. It's very weird to me, right? And we got the people, men and women alike, that are in these fields of life coaches and all these things. Maybe I need to start my goddamn SharonBracy.com life coach, goddammit. Advice through my life experience. How about that? Maybe that's going to be the title of the goddamn. Because most of these people don't even got no goddamn, they don't even have a 2-year Netflix subscription. They under somebody else's name. Advice through Sharon Bracy's life experience. I don't know. We're going to figure that part out. We're going to figure that part out, Bob. I don't know how we're going to name it. We're going to make a name, because if these other doctors and fake doctors could be life coaches and be lit, nah. I can't just let that money we got to go ahead and get this money, y'all. We got to go ahead and get this money, because I know for a fact I got better advice than most of these people that be talking, because they ain't experiencing nothing. They just talking, literally. I got better advice, better experience than most of these people that are doing most of the talking on these goddamn internet. I might as well start, you know what? Y'all start email, you know what? I don't know what we're going to call it, but that's what we're doing all summer. This way it could be nice and discreet. None of the haters, none of the people that be hate watching. Nobody got to know. I would never say that who you are. You come, you get the advice, I give my life experience, and we just keep it pushing. If it helps, it helps. In marriage, there's no domination. There is negotiation. Marriage is basically the United Nations with laundry. That's what it is. You don't walk into a marriage talking about my way or the highway, because she will help you find the highway. Matter of fact, she'll help you pack for the highway. And she just might do it neatly. You know what I mean? You be standing outside with organized luggage wondering what happened. That's right, man. We're going to call it the Rim Lord Coaching. I don't know what we're going to call it, Soul Provider. And Soul Provider, I'm going to answer your email this weekend. Matter of fact, you know what Friday is. Friday is a real one, B-Day. Shout out to all about Gemini. This is Gemini's season. I'm going to respond to you this weekend, Rim Provider. God damn it, Soul Provider speaks. You know what I'm saying? Friday is a real one's B-Day. Yeah, Friday. Shout out to all the Geminis out there. Friday is a real one's B-Day. Yeah, on Fulio Friday. The funny thing is, these guys, right? These guys think being critical of men means I'm against men, right? Being critical of men does not mean you are, that you are against men. No. I'm critical of men because I am a man. That's my department. That's my team. If the Lakers play bad basketball, right? Who talks about it? Lakers fans. If your favorite team is terrible, you don't blame the audience, you blame the team. So if I see men making mistakes, why wouldn't I talk about? Who else is supposed to? The women? Then y'all get mad. The therapists? Then y'all say that what? Therapy is a scam. Thank you, Mrs. Cheyenne. Marriage counselors? Then y'all say they biased. At some point, the call is coming from inside the house. I always laugh when somebody says women need accountability too. Sure. Absolutely. But here's the thing. I can't control women. I can't influence men. I'm talking to men because men are the ones listening to me. Imagine a football coach walking into the locker room. The team just lost by 40 points. Everybody played terrible. And the coach says, you know who fault this is? The cheerleaders. Everybody on the team. Everybody on the team play horrible. The cornerback, the quarterback, the running back. And I come in there like, hey, those goddamn cheerleaders, they just was not cheering right. They didn't hype you up, quarterback, son. Don't worry about it. We're going to talk to those goddamn cheerleaders and tell them they rah-rah sensible bye. Need to be sensible bye rah-rah-rah. Because something got to change. It ain't your fault, young man. What? Brother, focus. You got bigger problems. Some men want relationships to be easy. And that's the biggest joke of all. Nothing valuable is easy. You know what takes work? Marriage, parenting, friendships, business, health. Everything worthwhile requires effort. But somehow people think relationships should run themselves. No. A relationship is like a garden. You gotta water it. Speaking of water. Damn it. You gotta water it. You gotta maintain it. You gotta pull weeds. You gotta pay attention. And some of these men don't want to water anything. And then they're shocked when nothing grows. Brother, you've been emotionally unavailable since 2017. Of course she's frustrated. I learned something after being married all these years. A lot of arguments aren't even about the thing you're arguing about. And fellas should know exactly what I'm talking about. You think the argument is about dishes. It's never about dishes. Nobody has ever almost ended a relationship over one fork. Shout out to my brother Noopsy. Salute to putting that cut in the chat. Salute to brother Noopsy. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that $20 super sticker. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Thank you, brother Noopsy. I really appreciate that. Nobody has ever almost ended a relationship over one fork. That's not what happened. The dishes are representing 12 other conversations you ignored. Women got emotional receipts. And they don't just throw them away. They keep them organized, categorized, backed up by the damn cloud. You think you discussing Tuesday? She's presenting evidence from 2018. You don't even remember 2018. You barely remember breakfast. And I get it. Men hate hearing this because we like solutions, right? We want everything fixed immediately. Women says, I need you to understand how I feel. Man says, okay, here's 3 solutions. She says, I ain't asked you for no damn solutions. Now the man is all confused. He's looking around like somebody changed the rules. No solutions? No. Sometimes she wants understanding. That is it. Not a goddamn PowerPoint presentation. Not a 5-step action plan. Just understanding. And for some reason, that's harder than people think. Shout out to my guy. Shout out to Titan Wasps with the $10 super sticker. Thank you so much, man. It means a tremendous. Keep lighting us chat up. Thank y'all. Y'all all go out there and beat Shadow Titan Wasps. He putting y'all up on challenge. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. And that's harder than people think, right? Because understanding requires patience, and patience is a muscle. You gotta build it. The internet keeps telling men never apologize. Never apologize. That's your strategy. You know who never apologizes? People who stay single. That's who. I apologize for things that weren't even technically my fault. I don't give a damn. Why do you want to be right instead of have a good relationship? Not because I lost, because I valued peace. Young men don't understand that for some reason. They think every disagreement is a championship fight. Everything doesn't need a winner. Sometimes your marriage wins when your ego loses. That's grown man mathematics. Clip that. That's a bar. Put some W's in the chat. That was a goddamn bar. Sometimes your marriage wins when your ego loses. That's grown man mathematics. That's a bar right there. Put some W's in the chat. Another thing I learned, right? Being right and being effective are two different things. You could be 100% right, completely right, historically right, scientifically right, academically right, and still make that situation worse. Congratulations. You won the argument. Now enjoy sleeping next to that argument for 3 days. Sorry. Enjoy sleeping next to that victory for the next day. Yes, you won that argument. Now sleep next to that argument that you won for the next 3 days, goddamn. Go ahead and do that. Yeah. Shout out to Corinne back with the one of that. Who can beat Titan? I don't get paid until Friday. Thank you so much, Corinne. You know what I'm saying? You got to sleep next to that winning argument for the next 3 days. It's crazy to me, man. You know what I mean? The manosphere gets mad because I talk about men's improvement, but improvement is, is literally the point, right? If I go to the gym, I don't get mad at the trainer. Imagine that. Trainer says, what would the trainer? The trainer says, you need stronger legs. And I yell, why are you attacking men? And he like, brother, because your legs are weak. You gotta go 15 minutes this way and 15 minutes that way and do at least 2 push-ups a day. Because your legs are weak, sir. I'm like, God damn it. That's why the criticism isn't hatred. The criticism is the path to growth. That's what it is. You know what's funny? The same man who say women should improve themselves get offended when anybody suggests men do the same thing. How does that work? Everybody should improve. Women, men, everybody. The difference is I'm speaking from experience. I know what it takes to be a husband, right? I know what it takes to survive hard seasons. I know what it takes to communicate after misunderstandings. I know what it takes to say I know what it takes to stay committed when life gets complicated. Because marriage isn't tested during easy times. Marriage gets tested when life starts throwing punches, bills, stress, emotional problems, pullback, health scares. That's when you discover who you really are. And here's the secret nobody wants to hear. A good marriage isn't built on dominance. It's built on cooperation. That's not exciting. Nobody sells courses about cooperation. Nobody makes dramatic YouTube thumbnails. Top 10 cooperative habits. Maybe we should try top 10. We gotta have somebody screaming, "Arr!" Cooperation habits. Nobody watches that, right? But that's what actually works. The boring stuff. Consistency, respect, communication, patience, trust. The stuff that doesn't go viral, right? After 15 years, I've learned something else. Your spouse isn't your opponent. That's the biggest mistake people make, right? They start treating relationships like competition. No, it's a partnership. No matter, I don't care how many people on these goddamn internet spaces have an issue with the word partnership. That's what it is. I don't care how many of y'all have an issue with it. That's what it is. Make sure y'all hitting that like and the share button. This channel is a partnership. Sometimes we're going to get mad at each other. We're going to scream and yell at each other, but it's a partnership at the end of the day. If one person loses, both people lose. If one person wins, both people win. That's the whole point. You building something together. So when people say I'm too soft on women, I laugh because they misunderstand what I'm doing. I'm not being soft on women. I'm being responsible with men. There's a difference. I expect more from men because I know we're capable of more. I expect discipline. I expect maturity. I expect growth. I expect accountability, not because I hate men, because I respect men enough to believe we can do better. That's the difference. Anybody can complain. Anybody can point fingers. Anybody can blame the other side. Growth starts when you looking in the mirror. Oh, yeah. And that's where successful relationships, you know what I'm saying, I ever seen begins. And I would drop the link for you, Gail. If you want to have a conversation about that, we could discuss that. Why you ain't focusing on your goddamn self? Like, you know what I'm saying? You cannot start with, how do I change her? You can't start with, how do I change her? But what you need to do is, how do I improve myself? That is the question. And the men who figured that out, those are usually the men celebrating anniversaries instead of making podcasts about why relationships don't work. Straight up. So I had a couple of people that had a disagreement. We're going to see. We're going to see. Let's try this. All right, let me see. Ooh, I think I was cooking up today. I cannot see my chat still. I can't really see the chat, but it's all good. I can't pin things to the top, but it's okay. So I guess we're still working. Thank you, Ball Cherry. I appreciate that. Let me pull up some things. Because I see a couple of people talking, but I ain't seeing nobody hitting the link. I'm going to see if the girl going to hit the link and tell me what's his gripe. We're going to see. We're gonna see. Huh. What is going on with this my thing? I can't see. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Let me see. That's good. That means that I must have, I pointed it exactly how I supposed to. That's what that means. Like, because we also gotta learn how to come up and just agree with good intentions as well too. Like, it doesn't mean like that's another thing that we have to learn how to do. We gotta be able to come up and have dope discussions with each other without it being anger all the times. We could just have dope ass conversations. Good day, sir. Speaking of, welcome to the show. Shadow the Time Wise. What's your thoughts on what I said today?
I mean, I understand that POV. Like, hey, I'm not just riding on men. I'm not easy on women. I'm harder on men because that's who you are. Because you're speaking from experience. And like I said, me and you've had this conversation a few times where sometimes it seems like even in conversations that seem like they're pretty black and white, like we can have conversations about specific types of conduct, right? And you can be hard on a man because that conduct is detrimental to men. But I think that conversation, that same detriment would follow women's logic as well. So I think that's the only time when I think I can disagree with you. But for the most part, I think you're right on how you do it. As men, we need to talk to men. But if we see something wrong, regardless of the gender attached to the action, we should be able to say, hey, that's not right.
All right, so give me an example of something that you see that happens on, I guess, on the panel that you think we or I should correct as a man from a woman. Give me an example of that. How does that work?
Panel-wise,
that's the thing.
No, continue because it'll give me time to think about it.
Right, because I be so confused about what it is that they expect to be checked on women, especially on panels. Like, what does it needs to be checked on panels? Because things that women are doing that's in the negative, I don't think nobody gives women excuses for them. Where if it's a woman wearing bonnet, majority of women do not like other women wearing bonnets on public. They're like, hey man, like, it's up to her, but hey, that doesn't look too nice. When it comes to wearing certain clothes, majority of them like, hey, is a time and place for where you should be wearing clothes and where you shouldn't. Majority of the things, women are being held accountable. So where is this unaccountability that is happening on women that men need to be checking and communicating with?
Well, first premise, I'm going to disagree with something you said. You said a lot of women, most women are checking women on things that would otherwise be not okay, right? Like, I don't believe anybody, especially nobody who's an adult, should be wearing pajamas after you get out of bed, 10, 11 o'clock. Like, if you get up at 12 o'clock, before you leave your house, get ready to leave the house. But the problem is
Okay,
there's
let's talk about
people.
the pajamas.
Let's talk about
Let's
pajamas.
okay, let's try to focus on that. So, do you think that so most of the people that are wearing pajamas outside, that's usually a college look. That's usually the typical look of a college student. They go from their dorm to the McDonald's with their pajamas on and some Crocs. That's usually they look. That's not a typical grown woman outfit. And also, not only do women do it, but men do that as well. So, do you have a disagreement with what I just said about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Number one, yes, it is much more prevalent now, especially post major illness. Yeah. Once that happened, the social graces of pajamas, like, it, and it's strange because I don't see it as much in men. And this is like, keep in mind, I pick people up regularly, so I'm seeing a lot of people. It's becoming a lot. It's a lot more prevalent in just women in general, right? Not not consistently. I'm not saying it's even a majority thing, but it's much more prevalent than it was like a decade ago, right? You can go
Mm.
into any major grocery chain, and within the first few minutes of seeing somebody, the first 10, 20 people you see, 8 out of 10, it's a woman in pajamas. You'll see one,
Wow.
if not two. Like it, and it's wild because when I first saw it, I thought I was tripping, and then I was
Hmm.
like, no, what is this? And keep in mind, it didn't matter what time of day it was. First thing in the morning, you know what? First thing in the morning, I can probably accept that. Hey, you got something you had to go grab real quick. You're trying to get in, get out, right? Tell me why I see the same person 5 hours later and they're just wearing the same pajamas. Like at a certain point, I'm gonna ask you, did you take a shower before you left the house? Did you know what I mean? Like, did you just jump out of bed, put some flip
So,
flops on,
and
and say,
you saying this is more? You see this more in women than men?
yeah, and it's not even state exclusive. Like, I'm seeing this regardless of where I'm going.
I, all right, let me shout out to Nala says in the chat. Shout out to you, beautiful. Glad to see you here. Let me also welcome you to the show. Diva, why you be outside with your damn pajamas on?
Um, every time I always try to like self-examine and say, what is it about Shadow that just irks the shit out of me and make me want to grab him by both sides of his fucking head and just drag him, right? What is it? And it's this type of stupid shit, right? And so he'll get his black ass up here and talk about, now you talking about being softer on women than men. The stuff that you talk to men about is being a degenerate, stuff that's going to be harmful to themselves, them not trying hard enough to make a decent life for themselves. And this dummy will get his ass up here and talk about, well, women wear pajamas at the house. That's not a problem. So what? If you don't want to look at it, don't let them in your Uber.
Well, first and foremost, you miscategorized what actually just happened. So
No,
one,
I
we actually
didn't.
were talking
No,
about
I
that
didn't.
very thing. You absolutely did. You can go back and listen to the reason I even brought that up is because it was literally the course of conversation. Like you're mad at me for following the course of conversation. That doesn't even
What
make
in
sense
the
either.
course of conversation about being harder? Because when you first came up, you said that like he targets his message to uh men, and you
Right?
understand that. And then you said something to the effect, you said some other stuff, but then you
There are
mentioned this was your
there's some
segue
things.
into, don't cut me off, your segue into women be wearing pajamas at the house, right? Was, oh, but you don't talk about the detrimental things that women do. Wear pajamas at the house is what you came up with.
When did I say that? That's what I'm saying. Like you were so quick to jump on.
No,
That's
you
even
just
how
said
that
they wear
conversation
pajamas out the house.
that hold on. What we were talking about, and the first thing that got brought up was certain outfits, wearing bonnets, and I followed that. Again, I
Mhm.
was following the course of conversation. I was like, yeah, I think anybody wearing pajamas after 11 o'clock is weird. That's what I actually said.
Nobody
And
mentioned no bonnets or none of that. That's
Right.
only
Nobody.
with,
I didn't hear any of
nobody
that. Cut it
mentioned
out.
none of that.
So what?
I'm
Hold on. So
gonna go
what he's
back.
referencing? Hold on. I got you. So what he's referencing is that I said women are holding women accountable for a plethora of things. One of the things I said is the way how they dress, and that's what he tried to keen in on. But still, even then, your evidence behind it is just not holding up, sir. Is the issue?
And one of the things I brought up, and I said the reason I brought that up initially was because the conversation where women are holding more, even Diva even said, what the fuck do you even care about? Because again, that's a common occurrence in that situation. What you're doing when it comes to men, yeah, it makes sense, but it's also very uncommon. Like
It's
you
not
you
uncommon. It's not uncommon. Cut it out.
have, okay. Well, the conversation of Sharon saying, "Hey, this is the issue, and what we need to fix as men." To say that that's not uncommon when every other day we're having the same conversation about it being uncommon doesn't even make sense. So, okay, all right.
You mean common over here? Because on other panels, the conversation is about what women are not doing.
I agree with that fully, and that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is what Sharon's doing is not a common thing to happen, but it's just as uncommon as women saying, "Hey, you shouldn't be doing this because, hey, sis, do what you got to do." That's actually a fairly common. It's super common on social media now. So yeah, that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Yeah, I think I was just jumping into women, and I was just following the course of conversation. That's one of the, it's a good example of something that you can see, you can go out and see it right now.
Okay,
And
so
nobody's
what? It's not hurting
because,
anybody. And so it's a non-issue.
because
Right?
it was the course of conversation. It was
Okay,
the
well,
conversation that happened.
it's a non-issue. Ladies, if you want to go out in your pajamas, wear your pajamas out the house.
Please wear your loungewear.
And
These
call
men do it.
Shadow. He gonna come pick
Yeah.
you up in his Uber.
And what's weird is like what PhD was said, right? So he's talking about men being degenerate, not having education, not having jobs that can take care of a family, not even being able to get a wife that they want, right? A family that they want. And then you mentioned, hey, women dress certain ways. So, and
Bob, I didn't even mention it first.
no, but I'm just saying when he asked you for an example of what it is that, because you said you agree with the other people that he's too soft on women. You said, and then you and I spoken about this, and then that's when he asked you for an example, like what this example of what it is that he not giving about.
And my comment was, realistically, what you do here is you keep things even out. So if women have an issue with something, y'all go ahead and get it done. I don't see him being softer on women here. I believe, and what I actually said is there's things where you'll say are detrimental in men's behavior, but then in the same sentence, if women are doing the same thing, which it would be just as detrimental, you ignore that, which again, it's something that actually does happen. So when he said, well, talk about the way people, so when he brought up talking about the way people dress, okay, yeah, cool. I can see how that could fit. Big example, promiscuity. We're consistently talking about men being overly promiscuous, right? But in the same breath, we'll say, well, it's okay if a woman's doing it. And it's more detrimental when women do it because it's detrimental to her specifically.
Wait, what? Having sex?
Right. Child.
Sex is not the word I use. I used a very particular word for a reason. I said promiscuity.
Which means having sex.
Having lust at the top of your degeneracy. That's where promiscuity comes from.
Say it
And we
again.
talk about lust being leading factor, usually leads to
Lust.
promiscuous behavior. Lust,
So,
Lust.
so you saying a woman's lust is ruining her life? Because see, when the men say, when Sharon said the men need to take that off the top of their list, he don't say take it off altogether. He said take that from the top, replace it with other things. Are you saying that women have that at the top?
Yes, I'm saying if there's women with it at the top, same conversation, because not all men have it at the top. But when men or women have it at the top, it is detrimental for them. Yes, that is exactly what I'm saying.
So wait a minute. So you saying a woman who have sex at the top
Of her value system
of her
is
value
a
system?
detriment to herself. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's very few and far between.
Right. I'm trying to even
Even
imagine.
for right, even for promiscuous women, a lot of times it's not that they have lust at the top of their value system. They usually
Right.
do using it as a tool to get other stuff. If it's money,
Exactly.
if it's affection, acceptance, whatever it is. But it's not based on like, oh, I just want to, you know, hump this man, or you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
usually something else that she's using it as a tool for something else.
Exactly. So that's
But
why I'm
most of
asking
us would agree using sex as a tool is not appropriate. Most of us would have
Yes,
even
it
agreed
is.
to that.
no, it is
No,
appropriate. What the
yeah,
hell
it
are
is
you talking
appropriate.
about?
So let me say this. Okay, so
It's only
example, and
not
I'm giving a man
appropriate to y'all
example.
because y'all can't do it for the most part. The men who can
Right.
do it make very good use of it.
They sure
Thank
do.
you for justifying what I said earlier. Literally in a situation like 1-for-1 situation right now. If a 35-year-old man decides he wants to be with a 70-year-old woman, right? Specifically so he can use her, and he's using his sex to do so, everybody would say he's out of pocket, right?
No, we don't.
But you
He
just set up a different scenario. I didn't say nothing about no 70-year-old nobody, right? The women
right.
who go after athletes, a lot of times they're using sex as a tool to separate that man from his money. And he's around the same age that they are.
Okay.
And so,
I used a
right.
different example for a reason, though. I used an
Right, because you're
example.
trying to make you're trying to make it predatory in some way, right?
Right.
And that's not what
Yes.
we're talking about. We're just saying using it as a tool to get what you want.
Wait, so it's predatory if a man does it, but if a young
That's
woman does
not
the
what I
same thing to
said.
a man,
That's not what I said. You created a certain type of scenario, one
yes.
where there was an imbalance in, right? I said they equals. So there's
So
no body in a better position, or you get what I'm saying? Like they're equals. And so everybody can come in and make their own decisions. Nobody's
so
taking advantage of anybody.
wait,
Hmm.
a young athlete
I didn't
who
say young.
again,
I just said an athlete. See,
okay.
this is the thing.
So
You keep trying to maneuver it so you can try to make something out of it. But I'm not
I'm
gonna let you
trying to
do
put
it.
two people of the same age group,
Same age group.
25, 25. Would somebody with obviously who's well off financially versus somebody who's not, there's still an imbalance there, right?
No, it depends. What do you mean? She giving something that he want from her, and he giving her something that she want from
Right.
him. That's a balance.
Right.
And the only reason y'all think that's bad because y'all don't have that. Y'all don't
Uh-huh.
know how to use that, or you're not capable of doing it. But there are men who use the sex to get what he wants from a woman. It just
Prison
Yeah,
works.
Bay.
homosexuals.
Prison Bay.
Literally, they will sleep with women just to have a place to sleep at night. But y'all would say he's out of pocket. Y'all would
No,
call him
Yeah,
predatory.
he a bum.
y'all say he's out of pocket. We
No, I
say the
say he a
women
bum.
are out of pocket.
But
Go
he
ahead.
doing it to have a place to sleep at night. So yes, he is a bum. Usually
Yeah.
those women aren't doing it to have a place to sleep at night. They trying to get this man money so they could buy bags, shoes, have him get her a car, pay for where she stay, that type of stuff. So there's a difference. Again, there's a difference.
There's not a difference. You just added items instead of a house. Literally.
No. She don't need him for her to survive, but she wants some stuff from him. He wants some stuff from her. So if they come together and say, "Hey, I'm gonna give you what you want. If you give me what I want, what's the problem?"
All right.
Sell it, ladies. No.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't.
So, but also here's the thing, Shadow. Do you think majority of women are popping off men because they need a place to stay, or is it the other way around? Who's doing that more? Just curious. So, what's your thought, Shadow? Is women popping it? Are women dropping it and dropping down, getting their ego on because they need a place to stay, or are they doing it because they want that Birkin?
To me, it doesn't even matter. The intent behind it is still the same. You're doing it for literally a gain of something that you do not have otherwise. Either way it goes, it's predatory by definition.
No,
Literally,
isn't
the
that why people
definition
get
of predatory
married?
behavior.
Isn't that why people get in relationships?
Behavior. No,
Wait,
you don't
what?
get in relationships to gain.
To gain what? To gain what? To
Just
gain
strictly
something.
financial gain. That's
What?
not why you end up in a relationship with people.
Yes, that is exactly
Relationships,
why.
Right.
relationships are not designed to be financially or not
Yes,
financial
see?
transactions.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely. And a
No,
woman will be a
that's
fool to attach
prostitution.
herself to any man who
No,
can't do it.
there's an actual word for that. If you're using
Okay.
sexual intercourse
Call it
for
whatever you want to call it.
prostitution,
Long as you calling me with some money.
right. I don't understand why he don't understand that we even know that men men get their jobs and the things that they get so they can attract women. And they want to attract women because they want something from her. Whether it's just sex or whether it's sex so he can start a family. And
most people in
and it's the same for
So,
women.
so I would like Braylon Lewis to please explain to me either through super chat or hitting the StreamYard link. Explain to me, what am I defending? Did I defend anything yet, Shadow?
No, he been quiet.
No, Sharon, you've been quiet. Like they're letting me, Bomb, and Diva do what we do. So no, what is he? He's not defending anything.
I don't know what be wrong with some of these. I don't know. Maybe they in a universe where I'm saying things even though my mouth ain't moving. I'm trying to listen and catch back up because I had got dropped. So I'm trying to actually catch up to the conversation without asking too many questions and mess up the conversation. So Bray, either hit the link or you can send a super chat to ask me a direct question instead of being like a little girl, or because it's not good for a man to act like a girl. Because I don't want to call you I don't want to call you the B word.
What the fuck?
You know what I mean? You're supposed to be a grown man. Stop acting. I got to think of another word because maybe that's just not the proper way to say things. Because I don't want to call them B's. You know what I'm saying, Diva? I don't want to call no man no B.
I'll call him a bitch in a minute,
shoe
but I
fit.
know you don't want to. But I do want to say this. I see they throwing the word prostitution around, and the problem is this: men want women to be so stupid, right? That we have to. They want us to desire everything about them and just want to give them of us freely, without them giving us anything. And so when we say, hey, we know that relationships go both ways, and then they start using the word prostitution, which is ridiculous. Because I did mention a man might want a family, right? He likes this woman, but he want to be with her because he wants something from her. And I could prove it by what these men say today. When they say, well, I don't want to take care of no family. I don't want to do any of this. They just want to have sex with women. They say there's no benefit to even get married. And they still want women to be okay with that, though.
Yeah, but even in marriage, a lot of these men want women as a resource or a tool, right? That's why people have started calling it a wife appliance.
Right.
Oh, shit. What they call it?
A wife appliance.
Oh, hell no.
Right.
That's crazy.
The
That's my
women
first
are
time hearing
making.
that. A wife appliance is crazy. We need some more likes, by the way. But man, that is a crazy terminology. God damn.
That's what these women. That's what these men use us as, and they've been telling us online. They want us to be quiet and just have their babies, and then they want us to do all the work with the babies, and that doesn't sound like a loving relationship. That does sound like an appliance. Like they want us only for this, and
Mm.
if we can't do this, then they won't get somebody else. They're gonna get another appliance to come in.
Right. What I think a lot of women, black women, have to understand and accept is that for the most part, when it comes to like mating and dating, men are playing a zero sum game. I win, you lose. And
Mm.
so that's why they feel so strongly about the whole it's my body. And if I need something and I know you want a piece of this body, then you're going to have to give it up. Um, is because they lose in that instance. That's not an instance of them winning. But just notice when the conversation is surrounding relationships, anything where a woman would come out on top or have a good outcome, notice how they be against it. And it's
Right.
because they want you to lose.
Damn. I never. So why do men want women to lose in relationships so badly? What is that obsession? What is that?
They want the upper hand.
Right. Right? Because
That's
these
it.
men will justify men using deception as a way to get access to a woman's body, right? You could tell her whatever you want
Mm.
to tell her. I marry you. Are you the love of my life? Whatever you got to say or do in order to get access to her body, that's fair game. But now, women, when you say, "Oh, okay, so my body is the prize, and so now I can use that to get what the fuck I want from you," now that's out of bounds.
Right.
Mm.
It's
And notice how these
prostitution.
men always want you to play by rules while they do it's wide open for them. They can do whatever they want, but you need to play by rules. That's because they want to win and have you lose. Don't let them do it.
That's crazy when you think about it. Shadow, do you
So
see this happening in real time? What's your thoughts? That men want to have rules for the ladies, but they don't want to have those same rules for themselves.
I've learned I can agree with 60 to 70% of everything Diva says. So I can actually agree with her in part on what she said. But again, it goes right back to the same thing. It's one thing when you are strictly using sex for for that personal gain versus when you are at, because one of the things about deception is men are deceiving women by having them believe that they're actually wanting to be more than just a financial situation in
no,
order to freely gain that access. That's just as wrong, if not worse, because that's causing emotional deception. There's a level.
Now it's
Again,
worse.
wrong
Bob,
is
you see
wrong is
this?
wrong.
yes, because
Now
at
it's
first he
worse.
was trying to make it seem
It's
like
even
it was
worse because you
okay.
hurting us. We not
No,
hurting. When we
still,
hurt y'all, it's okay. But now you hurting
that's
us, so it's even
crazy.
worse.
Who said
Man,
that?
shut up.
You
You
go
did.
listen to
Like,
yourself
Right.
because
Go
you
whenever
listen
you
to
said that.
yourself.
whenever you start,
Just
you can just say
listen to
shut up.
you.
But the fact is, you said something I didn't even agree with. I would. I don't agree with using sex as a personal gain in that instance ever. That's always going
It
to be
doesn't
wrong,
matter.
regardless of who's doing it. But right,
Who
but you're
cares?
advocating for it
Yes.
No,
right now in this conversation.
Okay. And nobody cares what you agree with or don't agree with. That only
I'm
matters to
just,
you and what you do.
we mentioning what men do.
and I'm mentioning at this moment right now what we're telling women it's okay to do, which is
Yes.
just as detrimental, if
Is
not
whatever you
worse.
want. Women, it's okay to do whatever you want. Ain't no rules. Just the only rule is win.
Win, because that's all y'all. Listen, the idea that you want us to now tell
Winning
women not
is
to do something that or deal with something
that
they've
is
been dealing with
detrimental.
all their life already. I don't know why you think that they just learning this from us. They may not
No,
be opening their eyes, but we know what men been doing since we were little girls, right? You can even hear the
that's fair.
conversation. Grown men even talking about being with little girls in this space, right? So I'm saying we are saying that yes. Why is it okay when a woman is losing? You're okay with a man being a man? We alphas, we animals. We were born to be animals and act like animals and mistreat women, cheat on them, and all this. And then when you hear now women say, "Hey, don't be out here letting these men run over you, mistreat you. You got to deal with what you got to deal with and play to win." What's
Bomb.
wrong?
I actually agree with what you just said, but where my agreement stops in what you said is play to win, because
Yes.
at that point you have to understand what you're saying is in this scenario there should be a winner and there should be a loser instead of two people winning together, again, in a mutually beneficial way.
How do you
I'm
But
being
that's
benefit
very
often
yourself?
not how relationships go.
that's
That's
not
often how relationships don't go
that's
that
fair.
way, right? That's why when it's over, it's at least one party leaving with their feelings hurt a lot of times. And so don't sit up here and act like everything is on the up and up and relationships just been so great and equitable and now we telling the women to act up. No, y'all been running amok and now we finna herd y'all in and this the way we gonna do it.
Mm.
Instead, why aren't we trying to explain better ways to do the relationship, to
Because we've
actually
been
do
doing
what
that
you're
and it
supposed
didn't
to?
make a difference. We've been doing
Apparently
that for
we
years. You
haven't been
see
doing it
Oprah,
because we haven't taught it.
what Oprah was doing, Ricky Lakes, Montel's, all of them. It was decades of us talking about relationships and y'all wasn't budging. Okay, so now we know what to do, right? You got to make them comply, women.
But even
Damn.
if I'm to agree with the fact that all these shows were doing just that, literally both halves of this equation were fucked up. Both sides,
No,
not
ain't
just
no
men.
both
Not
sides.
No,
true.
You could go
Not
absolutely.
look.
true.
You could go
Not
and
true.
look and
You
see
can
what
look through
Not
the
true.
First of all,
wait. You
the
can
men
look
Not
through the
wasn't.
true.
stats
The
and you'll
women
see it.
were being
Not true.
bad.
I know the
Like you
stats
got to
better
be
than you do. Not true.
right. He know he's not true. Like the men, you walked away from the kids. You walked away
Yes.
from the relationships. So how is that both? Y'all just like to point at a woman and say she couldn't keep the man. Why she couldn't keep?
Mm.
If a
Because
man left, what does that have to do with the woman? If a
what?
man, hold up, if the man left because he was irresponsible, then guess whose hands that fall on? His. If she
No,
left, no, yes, it does. It's literally his
no.
fault if he left.
How did that fall on
Bob,
his
I'm
head
literally
when?
agreeing with you right now. You just wouldn't
No,
argue.
you're not.
I'm
Because
Okay,
agreeing
hold
with
on.
what
Hold
you.
on. So this is what
I said
I'm
exactly
seeing.
what you said.
Hold on. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to see. So Shadow, what you are missing is that if he leaves after he gives her some children and all these other things, she is the one that is held with the responsibility of continuing the family, continuing the children, and all those things. And he's
right.
just he is a added bonus if he actually do the right thing, but he's not obligated to do the right thing. Is what Bomb is talking towards.
So it
And I
falls on
understood what she was saying, and I agree. But the one of the biggest issues is how we treat and act in relationships now, because now people aren't obligated to be the. If you bring a life into this world, you're
Okay,
supposed to be
all
adult
right,
enough to deal
okay.
with that.
Okay, so now let's bring it to maybe a situation you could possibly make because you're not understanding it in this way. I'm gonna try to put it in a different scenario and see if you can understand the correlation. If you have somebody, you're counseling a young person and they getting their ass whooped, right? They keep getting beat up by the same kid. And then one day, and then so eventually you finally talk to the kid, and the kid that keep on whooping that other kid ass says, I'm not gonna do it anymore. What do you tell the kid that been getting his ass whooped?
That we reached a resolution, but stay cautious based on what happened, just based
Stay
on the history.
cautious.
Based on
Perfect.
history, right?
Perfect. And then now he stays cautious. That other kid stayed cautious. He gets his ass whooped again. After he stayed cautious, what are you going to do now? What should that kid do now?
Look for either remove yourself from the situation or find a way to fix that problem. Like that now, because the first resolution didn't help. Now we have to go to a second, and usually
Okay.
some kind of forced separation will cause that.
Okay, so now imagine that happened, and you saying, "Hey, but you still gotta be your same person and deal with that person anyway, even though that person reneged and whooped your ass again after they said they wasn't." Imagine telling that kid that, "Hey, even though all the stuff that person put you through, don't worry about it, because you got to be the bigger and better person, because that's the only way y'all relationship is going to work." Would you think that is good advice to tell that young person?
No, but
And that's what you are doing by you saying that, hey, even though the men are keep on moving down the same line, even though we have plenty of talk shows, this is where the talk show come from, right? The talk shows are talking about, hey man, you need to start doing better. And then now we fast forward to 2026, men are still doing the same nonsense. And we still find that women that have been married and they getting cheated on still to this day after 3 kids, and they took all the beatings and everything. And you were saying, hey, ladies, don't do that. Still work with the man, because eventually that's the only way it's going to work out for the both parties. That is what you are communicating.
all right, then let me clarify my communication, because if that's what I'm communicating, then that's not what I'm trying to. So I'm going to make sure I'm clear this time. What I'm saying is, because of how we talk and treat relationships, people are going to start viewing relationships as it's either you or me. And if you see relationships like that, you are going to start treating relationships and everything attached to it, whether it's affection, sex, or love, as a fight, as a transaction. And any transaction can be either returned or declined. And that's what's making the way we see relationships worse. Because not only now women are like, we've been doing, and I'm just going to give y'all that just because I don't feel like going back and forth on it. Women are saying, we always have done relationships right all the time. We've done everything we were supposed to do ever, period. And it's always been men fucking up. Okay, let's take that statement. It's now, instead of having one party who's always the fuck up, now we've just got 2 people who are both fucking up at twice the rate.
Okay.
Now,
yeah, what's wrong with that? So the idea is you want one of them to be the loser, and you want the woman to be
what
the
I
loser.
said. Y'all better listen to me. When
who
I
is
tell y'all
saying
I
I want somebody
understand
to be?
human behavior,
You just said it.
I don't understand how that keeps happening. Like,
y'all better
the reason I
listen.
was very specific about it is I was super clear about it.
So hold on. Instead of worrying about, so let me try to give you an analogy. So the analogy again would be the kid that keep getting abused. You would train that kid how to fight so he won't get beat anymore. Correct?
Right.
So they can actually punch back. And so the ladies is saying, this is our training. We are fighting back, and hey, listen, if we're gonna drop it like an eagle any goddamn way, we might as well get a goddamn bag out of it. So that is the fight back that you are missing.
But I'm not gonna go tell that kid that was getting bullied to now go become a bully. I'm not gonna tell the kid who was getting beat up to go do the very same thing that he was being victimized for.
Yeah, we not going
That's
to be bullied.
That's the difference in our conversation.
You're not telling him not to be bullied anymore.
That's a different. No,
there we go.
Here's the thing. Not only am I telling them not to be bullied, I'm telling them to now start looking at the people around them. So if he even sees the signs of bullying before he starts engaging with them, so he can separate himself. So now not only does he know how to defend himself, he's not becoming a victim again and again and again.
Right.
The thing is, we're making the same mistakes.
And so now you are going to what all the ladies say, 4B movement, leave men alone completely. Avoid those situations. See, this is the thing. When y'all start realizing what y'all are saying, y'all not really paying attention. Now you're saying that women should just avoid men altogether because it's going to be a bad situation when we go statistically wise. That's the part that you are missing. So when you keep trying to rationalize the degenerate men, right? And say, hey, ladies, but still you can't give up. You tell the ladies not to give up. Keep doing the right things. Eventually you're gonna find a good person, right? That's the sentiments that you have.
The 4B movement wasn't wrong.
You negate all of the bullies. And you're not
here's the thing.
The bullies. You are correcting the person as being victimized.
Right.
No.
That's
So
the
here's the
issue that you're
thing.
not seeing.
I'm not only not correcting them because I can't correct somebody. I can't correct somebody who is not at fault. But when they decide to then become a bully based on what they know, that becomes the problem because now we have two problems instead of just one.
You don't
Hey,
look.
if
There
we need
is
to,
Okay,
no.
so but
We got
the issue,
two
hold on. So,
problems. Wait a minute.
no,
He's
so
talking
we
yeah,
about.
have two problems
No,
because the entire
no,
relationship history is
so
fucked
that's
up
what we
now.
no,
trying.
but
Hold
it
on. So
ain't
that's
no
what we
we.
trying to.
It's only them.
You cannot say the victim became the bully because they
How
fought back.
not?
Because
No,
the
not
victim,
because they fought
hold,
back, but
but that's
now they're
okay.
fighting
But that's
everybody
not.
else.
That is the premise that we have in the conversation, right? The premise is that the victim is fighting back, and you are
I'm not
putting that
saying the
premise
victim
as
shouldn't
they
fight
turned
back.
into the bully.
Well,
I'm not saying the victim shouldn't fight back. I'm saying the victim should not become a bully and then teach other people how to be fucking bullies. I'm being very
what?
specific about this point. Women are
So,
fucking up like the men
right, and
are.
then you're missing it. So
What?
you're missing it. So this is what I'm trying to get you to understand
Jesus
that you're
fucking
missing it.
Christ.
What you are missing it though. If you are teaching victims, right? So if you have a bunch of victims and they all learn how to fight back, when the bully comes to them, they start fighting back. Is what you are missing.
How?
You are
I
acting.
not only have I not
So the
not only have
man.
I
So okay,
acknowledged this
I
specific
explain to you
thing,
how.
I've
I'm
agreed
explain
to
to
it.
you how. I will explain to you how in sex because for some reason I'm not sure why you're missing it. So the man, this
Actually,
rich man, this wealthy man, he comes up to the girl. He hollers at her. We still in agreement that still, even in today's time, majority of men are hollering at the girls, correct? Right?
Yes.
We in agreement? All right. So now the
Yes.
fight back is that she like, oh, I see who you are. I see what you have. And so therefore I'm gonna fight back and I'm gonna drop it like it's hot, like nobody ever did, so I can get this goddamn Birkin. That is the fight back.
I don't think that's a fight back for those in particular guys. I think he has a valid argument. He's just, if he could explain it in words rather
How
than
is it that you
anger,
can understand and nobody else can? He can't explain it. How is it that you understand something he can't even explain? Is
good
what I
because
want.
okay, well, bomb trade because he's
And how
trying to
you doing,
explain.
Pastor? By the way, how you doing?
How you doing, sweetheart? How you doing? How you doing, bomb? You know, we done had these conversations, but we had to have them not in anger. And I think what hurt him is he got upset, right? I do
Mm.
think that a bully, I do think a victim can become a bully. I mean, when you look at situations like school attackers, those kids were bullied, but then they took their situation from being bullied and became the bully. So
Right.
you
And I
can't.
know that can happen, but what that got to do
Mhm.
with a relationship where the
Yeah,
women are now
related to that.
saying, yeah,
Yeah.
they don't even.
So
Related to that.
so what I'm saying. So I will relate to that. So what's happening now is women have a leverage and
What you
they're
want?
using it over men, and they're
Yes, and
using
y'all
it
don't like
in an abusive way.
Thank you for admitting it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So
That's
women have
crazy.
a
I
leverage
can't believe
over
it.
men, and they're using it at an abusive rate in an abusive way. Women
Mhm.
have a leverage over men when it comes down to children. Women have a leverage over men when it comes down to sex. Women even have a leverage over men when it comes down to attraction and attention. And I think a lot of these men get mad because they're not getting the attraction and the attention that they want that women can just get so easily.
Mm,
Hmm.
I agree.
That's very interesting. Let me see. Welcome to the show. 666. Good day. Hello? You are in the show. 666. Can you hear? Okay. I'm not sure what's going on with 666.
That's on some 666. That nah, that's a leverage I ain't trying to have. I ain't trying to have.
I think it's Natalia. Natalia, if you can, your microphone was not connected. Maybe cam up to let me know you're a real person while you're in the back. So I tried to let you talk, but you haven't said anything. Let me see. Maybe they said something in the chat. your microphone is broke, then I don't know what you can do with the show if your
Mm.
microphone is broke.
I think they just said they fixed it.
Is that the little weird one that be coming up?
All right, well, if you fix it, you can come back. Come back when you get your microphone fixed. I don't know what that is.
So,
But go ahead, Bob.
no, Pastor admitted that the men are upset when a woman have the upper hand, right? The men,
Mm,
instead of wanting to work with women so we could build families together and things like that, they wanted to walk around with the upper hand. And
mm,
they willed that upper hand a lot by getting a woman pregnant. You know, she got one baby, maybe two, and then he leaves her. And now she
mm,
got to deal with them children by herself.
mm. It's
And
a
so
cold
we're
game
telling
out there.
women, yeah, we're telling women not to look, that can happen. And it possibly will happen, right? We look at the divorce rate, or we can even look at the non-getting married rate.
So leverage is important, right? So, and I think that leverage does better in the hands of men than in the hands of women. Like for real, like real talk, y'all don't need leverage because when y'all have leverage, y'all take a form of dominance or control. When men have leverage, we want to share the power. We want to be cool with y'all. Like for real talk, when a man got leverage of money, he want to provide for whether he on child support or not. He want to provide for his for what is his. When y'all have leverage, it's mine, and mine, which is no, it's not too far from the man's thought. The man wants to talk. The man wants to take care of his with leverage, but y'all just take it to another level, and we need y'all to bring it back some. That's all I'm saying. Bring it back some.
Literally not
That's
for on at least 7 occasions in this conversation. It said, "Don't fuck what he's got going on. You need to win you first." How the fuck is that a relationship? Like that's what my issue is
It
because
ain't a
I'm trying
Nobody
to.
said
relationship.
that.
Dave, you know what? Hold up. In fact, instead of saying that, I'm gonna just go back and timestamp it because that's how we're gonna keep doing this game.
It's not a
Because literally,
relationship.
Go right
you
ahead.
said win first. You only
Yes.
fuck what
Yes.
he's got going on. You
I
win
didn't say
first.
that. I said just make sure you win. The only rule is win. I didn't say what you just said.
So you didn't say you need to make sure you win.
Yes.
Period. So if
Yeah.
The
one's
only
winning,
rule
so
is
nobody's
win.
losing.
The only
So if
rule is
there's a
win. But
winner,
I
is there
didn't
a
say
loser?
F what he got going on. I said I made it about women.
Can there be is there always a winner and a loser? Or is it only as long as you win, it doesn't matter?
There are
Repeat
winners
that.
and losers. I think men are better winners, and I don't. When women win, we all lose, and when men win, we all gain. Women are
What you say?
bad winners. They're bad winners, dog. When they win, when
that's
they take the
crazy.
championship, they are the MVP. They are the most valuable player. They the reason why the team won. It won a
That's
team
crazy.
effort, nigga. They got a Jordan
That's $2,
mentality.
Costa.
They have a Michael Jordan mentality, dog. And we as men have more like a Scottie Pippen mentality. We just want to
Wow.
win. I'm serious. The women have a Michael Jordan mentality, and as men, we have a Scottie Pippen mentality. Y'all got it.
All right. Hold on. 666 came back. 66. Cam up if you can while we read these super chats. So I know you're a real person. Go ahead, Diva.
All right. What is this? Aron to Lucas, $2. Solution. Character should be number one vetting criteria.
Thank you.
Mm.
What should be vetting? What he said?
Dookie MacGyver,
Character should be the number
$2.
one
My two
vetting
cents. Oh,
criteria.
my bad.
Go ahead, Diva. I'm sorry.
What's that say? Dookie MacGyver, 1368, $2. My two cents.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Shadow the Titan Wasp. What is that? $10. I don't like this font. I keep telling you that and you don't change it. But
Yeah, I gotta change it. I forgot actually how I changed it in the first place. Don't
I
get
can't
mad at
read
me. I
it.
gotta find out. I gotta find out where's that the goddamn stream y'all link. 66, what's up with you? Did you
Hello
fix your
there.
microphone? Huh? I didn't hear you.
Yes,
Good day. How you doing?
I'm
Would you
doing
like to?
good.
That sounds
Okay.
like
What would you
AI.
like to add to this?
Yeah,
What
I'm
would you
there's
like to
something
add
doing
to
crazy.
the
Let him
something.
go.
discussion?
Don't worry.
Okay. Yeah.
That sounds like
Yeah. That's
AI.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's AI.
That nigga voice sounded demonic, dog. That was crazy.
Nah, he's typing through AI program and then playing it. That's why his lag is so slow.
That's
Okay.
weird, dog. Like, and that's what I mean by men. We are losing, dog. Like, I've been on these platforms for years, and y'all know my voice. And I'm gonna stand. I even show my face, but y'all, I mean, ain't the most beautiful nigga, but I'll show my face even. But the thing about it is, you at least got to stand on what you're saying, dog. Come on, dog. Don't be typing through AI. That shit. That's a loss. That's a
Crazy.
loss.
Hold on one second. Let me welcome into the show. Welcome to the show, the beautiful Leah. Good day, Leah. How you doing? What's your thoughts?
Good day. Hi, everyone. Hi, Bob and PhD and everyone and
Hello.
Sharon, obviously. I've not been here for a while, so hi. I just saw you. I heard you say something about how when what do you do when I think you used that when somebody's getting bullied and stuff, right? I think that's the last thing I heard. Um, and what do you do after you keep telling that person, after you keep getting bullied for so long? And then Shadow, I think, gave a response. I think my response would be that you fight back, right? And that's what the women are doing. They're fighting back by whatever means necessary. So whatever they have at their advantage, they're using, just like you guys did for so long.
But that's the most
Um,
dangerous thing, though, sweetheart. Because
no, it's
when
not.
yes, it is.
It's a necessary thing. It's
No, it's
necessary.
not. Because because when you fight
What?
back, you fighting back in desperation. Um, and the bully is wrong. The bully is wrong. But when you
Mm-hmm.
counteract and you fight back, you're fighting back in desperation. You're fighting back in survival. You're fighting back to this person doesn't diminish you and create nothing of you. And when you fight
Mm.
back, you kind of fight back nuclear. Like, yeah, you kind of like, you know what? We all gonna go down if I have to go down. And that's kind of dangerous.
Yeah,
And
and that's how it
I,
should be.
I think I
I think
realized
your
why.
thing
I know
is,
why I'm
I
upset.
think,
Because
sorry,
Leah,
just one
my
second.
issue isn't the
Sorry,
fact
one
that women
second.
are fighting back. My issue is the fact that they're fighting back against people who were not the bullies. People who are not the bullies are also taking those same damage from everybody else. Hey, I understand that this large group of people were bullies, right? And now you're taking people who, especially people who were not the bullies, and now you're even bullying them too. Yeah, get them. You got that. Why are you bullying them too?
You
Because
making
y'all
that
all
Then
part of the
narrative up.
same group.
Nobody
Y'all part
even
of the same
mentioning
group.
shit like that. Right. Did we even mention anything about innocent people not dealing with us, bullying them? That's something you
and I
made.
and I quote, y'all are all part of the same group. Unquote.
Bomb,
Exact
that's what
words.
happens. But bomb, that's what happens though. You saw what happened. We talked about the schools. We talked about even dating. He's not completely off when he says that innocent people catch strays. Because once you've been bullied to a certain extent, you ain't trusted nobody, nigga. Everybody can get it.
Yeah, that's how life is, right? You gotta make me
I
trust
don't know,
you.
but I don't know if
You
that's
gotta
fair.
become
I
trustworthy.
don't know if that's fair to
Who cares about
everybody
fair
though.
when we was doing each other in anyway? If we trying to win, then fair don't matter.
Mm.
I
Exactly.
get it
Life
where
isn't
fair
fair.
don't matter because you're trying to win, but what he's
Absolutely.
saying is those people are being unfairly treated because they did not contribute to the
Too bad.
abuse.
Yeah, the women weren't doing
I
it in the
think,
first place, but that
So the
didn't stop
problem
y'all
is,
from doing it to
Pastor.
them.
So the
mhm.
problem is that we see that the men are collectively have a mindset that is contributing to the abuse. They don't mind if a brother say, "Hey, yeah, he married to her, but he really love you, even though he's sticking his dick in everything that's moving.
Or how
He's
about
going to
that
get
other
over eventually. Just stick by that man's side. If he's taking out his money and he's spending half with his wife and half with his other family across side, a lot of men have this collective thought pattern of that it is okay because he says he love her. We have this collective thought of men trying to, they don't even know the difference between a goddamn girl and a woman, right? It's a collective thought. It's too many collective thoughts as men that we gotta just dismantle, and so men can understand that we have to be decent if we want things to move forward. Actually,
Right. But there's another belief that these men do too, right? They say, I'll F her, but I won't marry her. So
mm.
we don't even know the ones they really like and don't like and who they will F because they don't care who they effing. And so why are they now worried about if a woman don't trust them?
And
Because
Coach
women are
Corey,
now doing the
well,
same thing.
Right,
Wait,
but
hold
and
on.
you had
Now,
such a
now we're
problem
saying
with it. No,
men.
no, no. The time to do
It
something
is
about
a
it to have a
problem.
problem was when the women weren't doing anything and was having that done to them. And so women understand that the men who stood by and watched you be abused and didn't say nothing, but who all up in arms now that you saying, "Hey, we finna fight back." Those the ones who want to see you lose, because they was
Right.
okay
mm.
while you was taking right. Yeah, understand. People's behavior will tell you everything about them,
The
right?
wildest part
What they
about it is
respond
you're
to,
saying it with a
what they
straight
don't
face.
respond to, what they wag their finger at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Pay
Diva,
attention,
you're saying
ladies.
with a straight face that women have always been the best, been always on point. And that's insanity
What I'm
because
saying,
cheating
I
stories have
didn't
gone
say
both
that.
ways.
What I'm
Nobody's
saying
I
is
know,
saying
we ain't
but
never.
it's what you're implying. Your
No, I'm
implications
not.
are
If
saying
you'll shut up and listen, what I'm saying is women have never erected systems to disadvantage men, right? All of y'all participate in that because you haven't dismantled it. If you had a problem with it, you will tear it down. And so
Mm.
y'all are guilty of something that we ain't done and we can't do. But now what we can do is figure out where we have leverage and how we can wield that leverage to our own advantage. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it, right? So I know y'all get so up in arms about sex, but let's look at it a different way, a different issue. So marriage, and we're talking about women going after affluent men, and so oftentimes the issue of a prenup will be broached. And rather than bristle at a prenup, I think women should utilize that as an opportunity to ensure their future, uh, their future well-being, right? And so insist on the clause that if he cheat, you get to walk away like a bandit. Insist on
Mm,
shit like that. Yes, let's do a prenup because I want a clause in there, right? To where if you ever take your show on the road, I get to walk away with all your money. And obviously, it ain't gonna be all of it, but enough to make you able to leave, set up another life, and live comfortably, live good.
mm.
And so, in everything, women figure out how you can win, how you can uh, manipulate or leverage the situation so that you come out on top.
Like
And that's the
her
problem.
name
Men
is
have a.
Janet Jackson. Didn't
Always
Janet
act in your own self-interest.
I think that's the
Always.
problem that
wait a
men
minute,
have an
wait a minute,
issue.
wait a minute. Didn't Janet Jackson, in order for her to give that man a child, she said, hey, we stay married this long, I'll give you a child,
Right.
and you're gonna give me millions. Didn't she get billions of dollars?
She got
Yeah,
500
Yes, you got to.
million if she
Yeah.
stayed for 5 years. So she had the baby,
Yeah,
made it to the 5 year mark, and then cashed out as she
that's
should
right.
have.
yeah.
Ladies, that's
So
what we need to
it's-
do. They
and,
want
and,
that.
and,
as
this,
she
and this is
should
and this is
have.
the and this is the fear
Oh,
of it all. If
That's
women
fucking
start if
crazy.
women start moving like that, y'all are looking at antinatalism. Y'all looking at the average man never reproducing. Now, I
yeah,
have the
they,
capability to do all these things y'all
Absolutely.
talking.
Absolutely.
I did
good,
not have
right,
the
good.
capability to do all those things y'all are talking about when I had my son. There ain't no way in hell I could have did all the things y'all are talking about. I wasn't financially capable of doing the things y'all are talking about.
Right.
But
And
I'm
so
still a
that's
great.
the other thing, though. So women don't deal with men who aren't financially capable. What are you doing it for? How does that
No,
help
no,
you
I'm
win?
financially
How does
capable of
that?
taking
No,
care
you
of a
are now, but I'm
child.
just saying, women, how does it help you win to deal with a man who isn't financially stable already?
No, I'm financially stable,
I'm
but
not
y'all
talking
talking
about
about y'all
you.
talking about a different
I'm not
level.
talking about you.
That's a different
We
level
want
of
to get
financial
foundation up.
stability. That's a
Right.
Hold
hold
on a
on,
second.
PhD, but that's a different
Right.
level of financial stability that you're talking about.
Right. Right.
It's a
Yes.
Okay. And so
way
then
different
what does that
level.
mean? No, but so what does that mean? Okay, so now we need to have tiers, right? And so this the treatment you get at this financial tier. But if you in the gold package, you get a different type of treatment, right? Because you in a different tier. If you in the platinum package, right? And so y'all in the standard package
Damn.
better be glad if she
That
even say
creates
hello.
tricks. That
Hold
creates
on,
tricks
Pastor.
out of all men. That
Hold
makes
on,
every
Pastor.
man a
Bring it
trick.
on.
That makes
Hold
every
on.
man a trick.
But
Triple
I
six,
was
you
wrong
keep.
for saying it's
Hold
prostitution. I'm just
And
saying.
you are
You
wrong
can
because it's
call it
not
hold
whatever
on.
you want.
prostitution.
Hold on, y'all. So
Call us paid. Sorry.
666, you keep coming back, but your microphone don't work. You talking through a goddamn a text to talk. You're gonna have to send a super chat to let me know that you're a real person, or the next time you come back here, I'm just gonna ban you from the studio. So send a super chat or something like that. Let me y'all can go back at it. Ken West, get in. Good day to you as well. Would you like to jump in this part of the conversation?
Hey Kim.
Yes, is my mic okay? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Um, I think what this is reminding me of is the best defense is a good offense, and
Mm,
the women are just coming out the gate on the offensive at this point. We're not being the victims, just defending ourselves. We are
mm,
being on the offense, and a lot of young women and older women, it's been started. The women revolution been started. They call it feminism. Um, and women are just on the offense now. Um,
mm,
and also, I think that what is the how are men the victims of being what they said they are? They said they are the providers. So how are
mm-hmm.
they the victim when they provide? So
Right.
that's my words.
Well, Sharon, first of all, she said that wrong. The best defense is offense. It's not the best
Mm.
offense, it's defense. It's the best defense
That's
is
not what she
offense.
said. She said the best defense is offense.
It's offense.
Well, she
And
did
she
she
said
say
women
that?
are
Well, I'm wrong. I'm
Yes,
wrong.
you said
Forgive me,
that.
forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. I was wrong. I was wrong.
mm. And Leah, what do you say? Because I believe Leah, you are a stay-at-home mom still, correct?
Yeah.
So
Yes,
like
I am.
what so you are a part of a group of humans that normally can't do that situation. Do you feel like you are protected by your man from misogyny as well, being that you do not work? Or do he throw it in front of you? Like, what is your thoughts on this whole manosphere versus what you are experiencing in real life with a provider man?
I think I believe that you set your own boundaries. So I I don't put anything past anyone, and that includes my husband. So when I became a stay-at-home mum, it was there were stipulations to that because I wasn't just going to do it just because he said to do it. And I wasn't going to have kids just because we got married. So there were stipulations to everything that I did. Like I'm financially taken care of. I have money in my own account. I have investments in my own name. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't put anything past anyone. So
Mm,
yeah, I was fully taken care of before I decided to do this.
mm. Hey.
That means her. That means she comes from a decent family that took interest in her upbringing prior to her marriage, and not all of these women have decent upbringing prior to their marriage, and
By the way,
they
that's
don't
not what that
necessarily.
means. That is not what that means at all. That means he came from a good family, right? Because he agreed to that. I didn't necessarily come from the best upbringing, but unfortunately for me, my dad was well off, but I didn't live with my dad. So
Mm,
yeah,
You were
you know what I
well
mean. So
looking.
that's
You
So
were well looked after. I'm sorry your father wasn't presently there as much as he probably should have been, but you were well looked after. And look, we can't give every woman leverage. We just can't do that. that would be the destruction of this country. It would
It's
And
be the
so
not
now,
yours to
destruction of
give.
America.
It's not yours
so
to give.
so now this is the point that you said that. So this is the thing that Sharon need to understand, that majority of men are thinking like what Paz is saying, and thinking that they gotta have the upper hand when they are in a relationship. And this is the part that I believe Shadow is missing, because I don't think he operates in this upper and lower hand situation. But majority of men in society, especially in America, look at it like what Pastor is saying, Shadow, is that they men need the upper hand because men are more responsible with the power in the relationship. That's how most men view it, Shadow. So this way,
And
maybe
I
now
would
you can
disagree with him
understand a little
too.
bit.
Wait, so let
Yeah, I
me
Yeah,
would
say
but
this.
disagree with
maybe,
that too.
Let me say
but
this.
maybe now,
So
but now you will understand that you're not just disagreeing with him; you're disagreeing with majority of men.
right. So I just want to say this. Before I started having children for my husband, I made him sign a promissory note. Some of y'all already know this. Y'all heard me say this in the past, telling me that he gonna guarantee to pay me a certain amount of money every month until them children turn 18. Before I even had our first child, before I would get pregnant with him. So just like someone said, just because we marry a man don't mean we already know that y'all could change our minds. All kinds of shit can happen. And we do have to protect ourselves.
And men have to fight against child support, like just like women are fighting against men keeping all their money to themselves and prenups. We have to fight against y'all taking the money after the relationship may fail, even if it does. This is not
How
necessarily
do
a
you have
bad
to fight
thing.
against supporting your own child? Women pay child
Well,
support too. It's called being a
not that
parent.
many,
If
not
I
that
go
many
work
compared to men.
40 hours a week and I have to pay my rent, my light, my gas, my car
Hmm.
note, my mortgage, that is me supporting my children, paying for their food, paying for their clothes. That is
Hmm.
child support that women pay as well.
I understand. I understand. And so what this is this is like a leverage argument, right? I don't want you to take more than so what it is men have a certain amount that they feel like a woman deserves to take care of their child. And women say that it takes more than that to take care of your child if things may fail. So that is
But
where this
guess what? The
argument.
court said the child should live according to your income. That's what the court said. The women didn't say that. The women didn't create the court. The women didn't create the system. The court
That's
said, the
true.
men said that your child is going to live according to your income.
That's
And
true.
not only that,
That's true. That's
Pastor,
true.
but the reason why they had to do that is because what Shadow is missing out as well is that for a long time, men been taking advantage of this other system before they had to implement a situation where men had to actually be responsible for the women that they left behind, because they would go ahead and be with this woman until she gave 2 or 3 kids, and then when she got old, they leave her for a new model. That's what
Well, the
happens.
problem is, Sharon, this is rich men versus poor men, kind of, because there's something called continuity of care, right? So there's no
Mm.
way that a child can live with a millionaire father and then live with a mother that's living in poverty. So there was something called continuity of care, but that was rich men that had made children with women that weren't as affluent. And but when you look at the average man and the average woman, that financial gap is not there for them to have to be able to substitute it.
And so, but the problem is that a lot of men that are so-called average, they think that they are the upper echelon of men, and they move around like they're the upper echelon of men, and they have this idea in their mind that the upper echelon of men are just putting their dick in everything moving and having creating babies and being like Nick Cannon, right?
Well,
And they go
he
ahead
can
and try to
afford
create the
it.
same
He can
thing.
afford it. The Donald
They,
Trumps can afford it. They can
right,
afford.
but
They have that
I understand.
leverage due to
So
affordability.
hold on. I understand that those men supposedly can afford it, but you're not addressing the fact that it's average men that is moving just like Nick and Donald and whoever else is part of the I'm going to create as much babies as I can because I can afford it. It is a great deal of men that is out there just dropping seeds in women and don't give a damn.
I think that those guys are wrong. However, they are fruitful, and I don't think that the women should take that leverage over them. Even though those guys are wrong, no two wrongs don't make a right. We got to figure out how to do better by each other.
Yeah.
How am I wrong for agreeing with the man? The man wants to have sex, spread his seed, have children. The man is supposed to be the quote unquote leader. Then why don't y'all relinquish this leadership title and say, you know what, we not the leaders because we just gonna be doing willy-nilly whatever. And just stop calling ourselves leaders. Stop calling ourselves providers. That will be
Because if a man has 6
alleviate a
kids,
lot
why
of
you
y'all
still sleeping with him? I'm sorry, my bad.
because them
Well,
6 kids is with me. That's why, if you're talking to me.
look, it's her fault that he got 6 kids. It's her
No,
fault.
it's her fault for having the 7th kid.
No,
Because you,
to me,
yes,
but
absolutely.
Okay. So let's say we can see that it is her fault for having a 7th kid, and if he leaves her on the 7th kid, she should have known better. Okay, so now what?
no,
She
wait,
should have known better.
but what
So
if,
now what?
if
No,
what
hold on.
if
I wanna know what's the solution after that. So what's the solution after that? Now he's going after the 8th person. Now what?
Somebody, her parents most likely need to teach her, don't be the 8th person. Don't be the 4th person. No, don't be the 3rd.
Okay,
Have a man who's going to
so
respect you for you.
eventually, okay,
It's
so
like what,
eventually he finds so eventually he finds the 8th person. He know what his target audience is. So he finds somebody that don't have a family, blah 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 blah. And he finds the 8th person. What should happen next when he's looking for the 9th person?
community standards need to fix that 8th, 9th person. Because again, we keep talking about what the issue is. We have to solve that issue first.
So what's the
Stop
so
thinking
what's the
that's
issue?
okay.
Okay, so what's the issue?
The issue is not only like there is no penalty for being a fuck up at this point. Like
What
on
so
either
who's
side of it. Yes,
so what's the
them.
issue? He's looking for the 9th one now. So what's the issue?
Child,
Them
the issue
still.
is the scammer. The issue is the scammer.
Hold on. So what's the issue?
What?
Yes, and what Kim just said, the issue is the scammer.
Who's the
But again,
scammer? Who's the scammer?
Yes, I know what you're getting at. Yes, it's still him. I've said it again. I'm going to repeat myself. But
Okay,
if
so
you
now,
watch
if
6
he's
people
if
get
he's
scammed,
if he's the
you are
problem,
now responsible.
if he's the
And-
problem, why are we talking and saying that the victim
Because you're
needs to do
pretending that
something
the
better?
victim didn't know she was being scammed. There, yes, absolutely. If you watch him do this to 5 other people, why would
Right.
you volunteer to be the number 6?
That's what I'm saying.
And
Sharon.
again, so this is the issue that we keep having, right? Is that no matter what this man does, y'all keep putting the blame on the woman for being
No,
the
he's
victim
still
again.
just as
Clearly,
fucked up.
because clearly, hold on. What I'm saying is this: clearly, like y'all understand it in other things, right? If Steph Curry, we know he shoot threes, what we got to do? Play him tight so make sure he don't shoot threes, correct? But he still makes the goddamn 3-pointer because that's his profession. That's what he do. He's a professional. So now, again, Steph Curry is the problem, not him making the goddamn 3. So we got to have a conversation
That's not even a good
about
analogy.
the problem.
No,
But we got to
because
have
the
a
problem,
conversation about the problem. We cannot keep saying that is the defender's fault why he's making the threes.
It is the defender's fault ultimately.
what the
Ultimately,
hell?
you got to
That's
close off. You got to
crazy.
close off those passing lanes. You
But
have to
wait a minute.
you have to box and one him. You have to 2-and-1 him. You have to
No,
keep him
but
from getting the
Pastor,
ball. He
but Pastor.
cannot get the
So
ball.
here's the thing. So here's the thing. Y'all forgetting that he tried to holler at 100 women
Mhm.
to get to that 9th woman.
Then 100
women are
women should
doing
have said no.
No, wait, this don't make sense.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
wait. So let me say this because Sharon thought you said that she had the 9th child, 9 of his children, but
And I
it sounds
said no.
no, I know it sounds more like you saying he had many kids all over with different women, and she has his 9th child, but it's her first child. So how is she
Right.
wrong for having one child and not even realizing that he already had 8 children already? How is
Okay,
that?
so based on what you just said, Bond, if she didn't know, that's not her fault. But guess what? if you take the time to actually get to know that man before you sleep with him, you're probably gonna find out he's got kids.
No, that's not
Thank
true.
you.
Men are
Hold on.
nice.
Can I say something
It's
again,
not
Bob?
true. It's not true.
And again, hold on. You put the issue on the woman again.
No, you're just look. I can't keep having this agency conversation because at this point, it's either and this is the conversation that they keep having now. Because I just brought up a very clear fact. If I know a woman has kids with 4 people, you know what I'm not going to do? Be the number 5. Why?
But
Because it doesn't make sense to do.
but the
Because
thing
I'm not
about
going to
it
keep
is,
rewarding the person who keeps making that mistake.
see, I'll push back against what you're saying, brother. And the reason why I push back against what you're saying is, do you have any kids?
Yes, I've got 3.
Okay, so when you went to have those kids, you knew that woman wanted kids, right? You knew she wanted kids, right?
Yeah, which is why we got married.
Same with me, right? So some men, I'm not blaming men, but we know when these women want to have babies, yo, and we seek after these women, and sometimes things don't work out. It is what it is.
Mm.
But they still shouldn't take as much money
Okay.
as they do from us.
And so
He is
and that
he
goes
is
for
still the problem. The fact, hold on, I want to make sure I say this clearly because you keep saying I'm saying not hope. That man is the worst of the two. But guess what? She is just as much of a problem by accepting him.
So you
Yes,
the
No,
that is
worst,
a
or
thing.
are
that
you the
makes
worst?
no
Are you the
sense.
worst, right? Because you picked a woman that you knew wanting to have kids, right? So are you the worst?
Yeah, but no, we got married prior to having kids,
No,
and all of my
no.
kids are with that person. That doesn't make
So,
sense.
so if this
I'm married to
man
the
wants
person.
to,
I'm raising
so if
my
this man
kids.
keeps picking women that he know wants to have kids, and these women want to have kids, we keep calling him and her the worst, but we both practice what he's doing. So is it the worst? Because you did it yourself, you admitted it, right? I did
I
too.
passed that. I see where you're coming from, but I think you're missing the crux of this issue. Number one, this man has done that to 8 other. I don't like to use that extreme example. He's done it to 3 other people, right? He's taken the time to have it done to 3 other people. If you become the 4th, that means you're not either one, paying attention to him, or B, you didn't take the time to understand I shouldn't be number 4. Yes,
okay. So
he's the
let me
problem,
say
but
this.
you're
Shadow,
adding to it.
that's not
So okay. So
necessarily
hold
the
on.
most prevalent of
Hold
cases.
on. Hold
That's
on.
not how
Let
it
me ask.
always goes.
Let me ask a question. If a man has 2 children by 2 different women, should he be dateable to women?
I mean, especially if he's in his 30s, no, he should be. He needs to be off the market and raise his kids. He needs to stop dating people, period. Because clearly he's not doing it right.
Perfect. So therefore, that is what.
What?
Pastor? What percentage of black men is that?
That's not a lot of percentage of black men, but so I've decided to
It's a
do
high
that.
percentage. Hold on. That's a high percentage. Stop. What you mean?
Well, high percentage of black men that have 2 kids and stop dating? That's not a high percentage.
Oh
No,
no,
but
they
that's
keep
what
going.
he's
They keep
no, but I'm
going.
saying that's what Shadow is saying. Shadow is suggesting that any
That
man
their problem.
that have multiple baby mothers, women
Hmm.
should not date them.
Yes,
No.
absolutely.
So when women should not date. So just like I tell
And so hold
men
on,
not to
no,
be
but address
step.
hold on, Pastor,
Mhm.
address what he's saying, right? That he's saying that a man that has at least 2 baby mothers or more, you should not be the third one, is what he
That's
is saying.
true. I think
That is
that's
what I'm
true.
saying.
I think that's
All
true.
right. So
I don't think that women should sign on to be stepmothers. Like I don't think that women should sign on to be stepmothers. No,
So
I
then you
don't. I
saying
do
the men
not
are the
think they
problem.
should.
So
No, I don't think
okay,
women
so
should sign
therefore,
up to be baby
okay,
mothers.
so
Different
now
conversation.
so now what are we saying about to our women? Women should not what date who?
Women probably
Men,
should not date baby daddies because no, women probably should not date
Which
baby
would be
daddies.
most men,
And
right?
so well, that's not well.
Come on, come on.
Well, I don't know
Go
if that's
ahead.
most men. I don't know if that's most men,
All right,
but
so what is the percentage? What's the percentage of men that are that's in the day market of what we are talking about, because we are mainly talking about 35 and up.
Okay.
Right?
Child
Because
free.
we talking about childbearing men. That's already
So,
going to be in the age 35 and up, and that's at a 90% clip. That those are the
okay.
men that are like they are 90% clip.
So child
That those
Wait,
are
hold on.
free,
those
There's
are
also
child
a
eligible
caveat.
men, I say about that's probably about 15% of men.
Right.
Child free, child
thank you.
eligible men are probably about
So now
15%.
okay, so now we start to understand. So now Shadow Impact is saying that only 15% of men 35 and up are dateable.
Yeah, because the other 85% will say that should be married.
But they're not
The
Okay.
other
married.
So
85% either have either baby daddies, gay, or in jail.
all right. So regardless, I just want to
And not
make
all
sure
those are
we
mutually
understand.
exclusive.
Hold on. I just want to make sure we understand what Shadow and Pastor is saying. Only 15% of men 35 and up are dateable. I just want to make sure that is clear.
Sharon,
Not
I don't care
I'm
if
Sharon
not
people
saying
like
putting
that.
me or
men down.
not.
I'm not
Hold
putting
up.
men down.
Hold
I'm
up, sir.
not
I
putting
am.
men down. I'm not putting
All
men
right,
down.
Sharon. No, I know
No,
the game
because
Sharon wants to play, so I'm going to play with him.
hold on. It's not about no. It's about that I need men to start being honest. Because if I say it, it would be an argument. If I was to came out and said, right, Bob, if I can't say only 15% of men are dateable,
Right. You would
they
have
would
been
have
mad.
had a heart
You would have
attack.
been like,
They would
Sharon,
have disagreed.
They would have had a heart
They would
attack.
have
But I'm glad
But
disagreed.
that
Sharon, you
they said
said
it.
85% of
I'm
men are
glad.
degenerates.
Hold on. So I'm just happy. Hold on. I'm just happy that y'all said it out of your own mouths. So therefore, that when I come up with the show tomorrow and I say only 15% of men are dateable, I want Shadow and Pastor to say yes. This is one topic. I 100% agree with Sharon because he got that talking point from me. That's
right.
what I
But
want to hear.
but you narrowed it down to not baby daddies,
I narrowed it
not in
down to the truth.
jail, and
No, hold
not
on. I narrowed. No,
alternative.
no, no. Hold on, Pastor. I narrowed it down to the truth. But
Okay,
anyway,
okay, okay, okay.
in the,
Okay. You can say you narrowed it down to the truth, but when you put in no baby daddies and a lot of no other of these major issues, it do knock brothers down to about 15%. Yeah.
okay, thank you. Go ahead, eat a man.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy.
hey, Bob. Sometimes you gotta let them talk them into their own little corners. You know what I'm saying?
My
Now
name is
I
Sharon,
can
and I
stand on
approve
that. I
this
can stand on
message.
that. I
I
can
stand
stand
on
on
it.
that. I can stand on that.
Well,
I can
I
stand on that.
said, but y'all standing on that point that that can prove why women say they're not getting married because there's not enough options for
Absolutely,
them to choose.
But they're
absolutely.
still having sex with them.
No,
That needs
but
to be eliminated with
hello,
it.
no,
You don't, no,
listen.
you don't know if they're having sex with him or not.
Hello, but no, the biggest criticism is, hey, y'all women are not getting married. Y'all are not choosing
Right.
men. And if even the men up here are agreeing that it's only a small group of men, which is 15%, and they might be married, they don't have options to get married. So you can't hold them
Mm.
accountable for not having options. I don't think y'all realized what y'all was saying.
How'd they become
No,
baby daddies? Hold up.
I
How did they
perfectly
become baby
realized what
daddies?
I perfectly realized what I was saying, but when you put baby daddies into the mix, you took out a lot
Thank
of brothers.
you.
You took out a lot of brothers.
You took out 60% of black. Yeah, come on, bro. Like you're not even you're being disingenuous right now. Because
So that's what I'm
yes,
No, the,
saying. But still, for her to
yes, and I
this,
still stand on that. But they still became baby daddies.
but
Keep in mind, if you eliminate the baby daddy issue to begin with, a lot more men would become eligible, wouldn't they? Just by process of elimination.
so who?
but
Okay,
hold on,
perfect. I'm
but
glad.
it's just like,
Hold on, Ed man. I'm glad that he said that. Who's responsible for becoming a baby daddy?
Yes.
Who?
Who?
Yes.
Who's responsible for becoming a baby daddy? Who?
Ultimately, you are.
The
Ultimately, you
yeah,
are.
the man who decided to have sex and the woman who had sex with him.
Yeah.
So, oh, so
Well,
who?
What did she?
well, she.
Hold
Because
on.
when a baby daddy is made, a
Who
baby
is
mama is made with
who
him.
is hold on. I need to understand. So who's responsible for the man becoming a baby daddy?
The man who
Okay,
laid
the
down
man.
and the woman who laid down with him. Now, don't
the
stop me
woman
mid
is not
sentence.
responsible. The woman is not
What?
responsible. She's
So,
responsible.
what?
Hold on, the woman is responsible for becoming a baby mama, She's not
Right.
responsible for him becoming a baby.
Baby daddy. No, I agree. Okay, that's fine. I'll take that.
Okay,
I'll
yeah.
Okay,
accept
so
that.
all right, so now, all right, so okay, good, perfect. So now we understand only 15% of men are dateable, and men are responsible.
Sharon.
What you saying, Sharon? This is what you said.
Sharon.
Yes.
Literally, if we fix the issue of becoming baby mamas and daddies, that pool would grow significantly.
Okay,
So
so all right,
currently,
so let me finish.
15% of
Okay, so let
men,
me finish.
hey, stop
Let
being
me finish.
degenerates, and that
Let,
number jumps up to 40.
so let me finish saying
No,
what I'm
they
saying.
gave
So men need to it's only 50% of dateable men in the market right now. And the only way we could correct that is if men stop becoming baby daddies. And the only way they could stop doing that is by doing what? Taking lust and degeneracy from the top of their value system.
I agree.
I don't know why. I don't know
No,
why
I
y'all
agree
try to argue
1,000%.
with me when y'all actually agree with me way more than y'all actually disagree. I don't know if it's the wording or I don't understand. But when you allow yourselves to talk, y'all come to the same conclusion as I do. That men need to be held accountable for the state of relationships.
And that's where we disagree. That's where I agree with you until you made that statement. Because
But
we
how
spent an
long?
hour talking about how quick women have become the bullies in relationships now.
see,
No,
he
but
And
want
hold
to
it's
on,
be
hold
okay.
on.
invisible. He
How do
want to
you
be in the
Talk about what
disagree?
I'm
women's
And
saying.
it's
Hold
business.
on.
okay.
Hold
Hold
on.
on. Talk about
If
what
you,
I'm saying. I don't.
yeah, no, I'm trying to
This is crazy.
understand. How do you believe that men are not responsible when you just admitted that only 15% of men are marriageable, and then you also admitted that men are responsible for becoming baby daddies, and that's your biggest strike? Like,
Ironically, 19% of women are marriageable by that same criteria. 19%.
No, no, that's
Yeah,
not true. What you're saying,
hold up. In fact, I'm
men,
gonna post a link. I'm gonna post a
men,
link, and
no,
I'm gonna give you the
men,
numbers
no.
of single women versus single men
Listen, but
with kids.
listen. You're the one who think that men don't want to date women with children. You saying that the men aren't?
No, Bob. I said something very particular. I
Yes,
said if we stop rewarding people who are making those irresponsible choices, i.e., giving them more opportunities to become more baby parents,
but hold
then
on,
it'll
baby
fix the
parents.
problem.
hold on. Listen,
Because
let's say if we
let's see if
gave
it
you
tracks out.
19%,
You're not making
19%
no
versus
sense.
15%, you
Right.
still said that with your in your algorithm, you want 4% of the women to be miserable and by themselves because it's not enough men.
They're not gonna be
Well,
miserable.
that ends up
Or they end up being
happening.
together. The other
Men,
That ends
4%
up
could also end up
well,
being lesbians.
So now, now
that
you
ends up.
hold on.
Hold
Now
on,
you
no, no, no.
advocate. Hold on, this is crazy. So you advocate for the women to get together because it's
Wow,
yes,
not
he
enough
is.
men.
that's
Yeah,
wild.
That's not Christian
Who
of
said
you, Josh.
Who said
That's
I'm
wild.
advocating for it? I'm just putting a fact on the paper. Like, I feel like
Well,
y'all
no,
are playing a game
I'm
with me.
putting
That's
something
irritating.
else to the paper. I think
Hold on,
that
hold on,
I
hold on,
think
slow down, slow
yeah.
down,
What the
hold on,
fuck?
hold on, hold on, hold on. The problem is that y'all don't want to stand on the words that y'all saying. Every time when we get to a point where you got to stand on something, that's when y'all try to start wiggling out of the situation, right? You willing to stand on the 50%. You willing to stand on that men need to protect themselves from not becoming baby daddies so the pool can get bigger. And then you want to, and then after that, you don't want to say that men are the problem where we just gave you two examples of how men be the problem. We could keep going down the list if you like, when men are showing serious issues. Like we have a commitment issue in our community.
Yeah, men are a major problem in this equation. I wouldn't say that men are not. We say the problem. That's end all be all. Now I would say that men are probably about 75 to 80% of the problem.
All right,
But I
perfect.
do
Stop right
Pause
believe.
there.
there.
Hold on.
All right,
Do
pause
you
there.
agree
Pause
with
there.
that,
Hold on.
Shadow? Hold on.
Hold
I want
on.
to see
Hold
Shadow
on.
agree
I'm
with that.
gonna pause this so either man can cut. Let me just read these super chats, either man, and I'm gonna pass it up to you. I'm gonna try to be quiet as much as I can. Shout out to brother Noomsy. He coming right back around with the 2 ball. Thank you so much, brother Noomsy. Also, shout out to Virgo Girl. Gifted one wildest wake up show membership. Whoever got that membership, please maintain it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Aaron Toulouse with the 5 ball. Who becomes a baby mother or baby daddy is responsible of the person who ends the relationship.
Mhm.
Huh.
I agree with that. That's accurate. Okay.
All right,
Oh,
go
shout
ahead.
out. So Shadow, Pastor already admitted. He said 85% of the problem, or 75% of the problem, between 75 and 80% is on the man. Do you agree with that, Shadow?
About those relationships ending, yes, I couldn't agree with that. Just
No,
numbers
no, no.
support
That's
that.
that's not the question. The question is
What's the
what
question?
Pastor just said. He said he can agree that men are a major issue in relationships today. He said 75 to 85%. You can't hold those men accountable for being the problem. Do you agree with that, Shadow, or disagree with that?
Yes, I agree with that.
What are we talking about? Like this?
What?
You, I don't understand the issue. How does apples end up being the fruit basket? I understand what you're saying. What I'm
Yes, hold
saying,
on.
and no,
I
I'm
get
going to
what
be
you're
super
saying now,
specific because
Shadow.
I think you. Okay,
I get
what do
what
you
you're
think I'm
saying.
saying?
You said that yes, men are the major problem, but the 15% still exists that women are problems. That's what you're saying. I agree
Okay,
that
so
if that's your sentiment that women are 15% of the problem, absolutely. It's degenerate women out there that's gonna take advantage of it. But let me ask you a real question, Shadow. Do we focus
okay,
on the 15% of society, or should we focus on the 85% of society?
so I'm going to answer that
The
question with this
15,
question.
because that's what niggas is
No, no,
choosing.
no, no. We need no. Well, not just that,
You
but
the one that brought 15 into the
Hold,
conversation.
hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let them answer it. Let them answer it, y'all. Y'all got to let people answer. Let them answer.
so
So, who should we
so
focus on? The bigger part of the problem or the smaller part of the
we
problem?
no, we as men need to be focused on that big problem, that 85%, right? I agree. I've agreed with that to this date. What I'm saying is that at some point, and this is where I began this whole conversation, if a man has 6 kids or 3 kids from 3 different people, and you didn't take the time to get to know him, you are now responsible for the fact that he made a fourth. If a woman has 4 kids by 4 dudes and you decide to be the fifth, you are responsible for that. You
Yeah,
have to stop. You have to stop giving people benefit to making bad decisions. That's
no,
how
you're
you're going to
right.
fix
You're
it
right.
as a whole.
Yeah, we all agree
So,
that if a woman
hold
become
on.
a
No,
baby
hold on.
mama,
So, hold on. Let me understand. So, we're not going to attack the man, right? So he can keep on
What?
running around in the streets, right? So this is what you're not understanding, right? I learned this
When
with
did I say
talking
that?
to
That's
you
not what I
said it
said,
when
Sharon.
you
No,
said
I
it
didn't.
you said
Ooh,
it when
measuring cups.
you shift the blame to the woman needs to know better. That's when. So if we know that it is this man, we know this man, he's going around stealing cars, and you are saying, hey, no, listen, everybody, you need to lock up your car, you need to do this, you need to do that, and you need to do this because we know this man is walking around stealing. Instead of going and do some investigation and lock up the person that's stealing the cars, you are telling that thief to go ahead and continue to steal cars. He just got to get better at stealing cars. So this man, as we tell the women, hey, he got 6 baby mamas. You need to have a better discernment. So what he's going to do, get better game.
Sharon, how are
Mm-hmm.
those two things mutually exclusive? You're
But
saying,
that's how.
hey,
I'm
I'm
trying
telling people,
to.
hold up,
Do
I'm
you
telling the
understand?
car
Hold on. Do
owners,
you recognize? Hold on. Do you recognize what I'm
fuck.
saying? That you are telling that man
Yes,
to
I
get better
understand
game.
you. Yes, I understand you. But here's what I'm saying. And again, I thought I've been super clear about this because I'm now repeating it again. I'm saying, yes, not only do you need to lock that man up, you also need to start locking your car up. I'm saying fix both problems at the same time. Sorry, bro. Thank you. I'm saying fix both problems, not just one. You're
Okay,
saying
and
only focus on
can a
one.
car thief still get inside a locked car? Can a car thief that's really
Hold on. No.
skilled
So
still get
no.
inside a locked car?
Yes.
Hold on.
Okay,
Once you
so
hold on. Once that person is locked up, all cars are getting stolen.
Once that person's locked, sure. I guess if somebody else decides to steal a car, I'm not sure what that has to do with anything.
Okay, so right. So once the car thief is locked up, our cars still getting stolen. It was just that we talking about one car thief.
Then,
So we got that one
no,
car thief.
not by that car thief. Cars stop
Huh?
getting stolen. Cars stop getting stolen by that definition. Okay.
Thank you. So
Wait.
why the fuck are we telling people to lock their doors instead of going just get the person that's still in the goddamn car? That's what I'm trying to tell you. Stop
Because
worrying about the
wait,
people not locking their doors
I
and
got
get
you.
the car thief. And now we don't have to worry about cars being stolen. And
No,
that
I
is
got you.
it. It is no other way around that. You have to solve for the 80%. If 75 to 80% of the problem that you agree with is a certain group, then that's what we need to focus on.
Now,
Sharon.
now, I Shadow, I do agree that while we trying to lock up the guy who get in the cars, we need to do awareness to the community. I think that's what you're trying to say, right? Hey, while we trying to
That's
fix
all
the
I'm trying to say.
community, I kind of understand that. But the problem is you try to make it seem like that was the single focus. Like we need to
No,
tell the women to
but
do X, Y, Z.
that's the thing. I've been trying to make sure not to say that for a reason. Because I'm not saying, hey, the guy's going around shooting up the clubs. So hey, y'all should probably stop dealing with him. Because again, if you allow him to enter your club, you're now responsible for that because you knew better and chose otherwise.
Thank
But,
you.
but,
Thank
check,
you.
No,
but
So
it's a
therefore,
major
okay. So hold on,
deflection.
hold on,
You're
hold on, hold on.
deflecting.
No,
Perfect.
It's
I'm
he's.
glad.
called
I
deflection.
didn't say.
Hold
Hold on.
on,
I did not say
hold
he's
on,
not the
please.
problem.
Hold on. So
Jesus.
perfectly. So now, what is stop? All right. So now we know whenever he gets a chance to get in the club, however he get it, he's going to shoot it up. Right. That's what you're saying.
Yes. So stop giving
How
him
do
the
we
chance
stop
to get
him
in the
from?
club.
So how do we stop him? How do we stop him?
You stop giving him access to the club.
So you
Hence, back
saying
to what I said in the beginning with.
again? So now you're blaming the. So this is what you're not understanding. Again, you are putting the responsibility on who? Who is responsible for stopping him to shoot the club up?
Sharon, if a shoplifter is banned from stores,
Hold
he
on,
cannot
no, you
steal
don't
from
have
the
to change.
store.
You don't have to change
No,
the
you
analogy,
keep
please.
because you
Hold on.
just did and you're not
Hold
making it
on.
make
All you gotta do
sense.
is answer the all you
Fucking
gotta do is answer the
Christ.
question. Hold on. This man, we know he shoots the club up. To get him to stop shooting up the club, who do we need to talk to?
Him, one. And then anybody who's willing to let him in the club, you have to talk to both sides of that equation.
Okay, so what happened when he go to a whole nother city, a whole nother state, be a passport bro, and then start shooting the club up over there where don't nobody know him?
Yeah. It's
Again,
always somebody else's
he
fault.
needs to be the problem to begin with, but he's not the only problem.
He
Well,
is the
I'm
only
asking you a question. If he go be a passport bro, then he think that being a passport bro is cool and okay. So then what?
Yeah, you know the
Y'all right.
boss.
It's only gonna be the man, so y'all got it.
Always gonna be the man.
This conversation is giving me a headache.
I mean, I'm
How we
asking you
The
a serious
conversation, hold on,
question.
the conversation doesn't give you a headache because you don't want to just concede to a point of that you
No,
need to
because
stop
you're trying to
talking
make
to
it a
you need,
one-sided
you need to
point, which
stop.
makes no sense.
it
It's
is the one
The
side point.
problem with being a passport, bro, is your
hold
problems
on, hold
off.
on. Y'all move conversations too fast. Hold on. The issue is one person is doing the offense.
All right.
And you keep saying the person everybody else gotta be the one that stops the offender. And that's the part that you're not recognizing. That's an issue.
Well, your problems often follow you, no matter where you go. You know, whether
Well,
you
yeah, but
ready.
the point is the cultural shift. When you want things to change, it needs to be a cultural shift. And men's minds are not changing to men shouldn't be like this. Men's minds are, well, women should do all the work to try to play all this defense so men don't do what they're just going to do anyway.
Yeah,
Instead of saying,
And
and
I
then
don't know how you change the mind
Hold
of
on,
men.
Pastor.
Like,
Hold on, Pastor. Hold on. Go ahead, E.
yeah, and the reason that it's not a good formula because if you say lock your doors, you know what the thief gonna do? They gonna pick the lock. Like just because women start moving different, if men don't start moving different, they still will literally be taken advantage of, right? Because you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna start lying. They're gonna start being deceiving. Okay, I can't tell the next woman that I got kids. I gotta keep that a secret until I get her to fall in love. Like that's the point. Is like we have to actually fix the issue with the man if we truthfully and honestly want this it to be a bigger fix. But it sounds like y'all just trying to put a band-aid on it and it's still broken.
Because you can't make men
Hey,
better,
hold
though. You
on,
can't
Pastor.
make men better.
Hold on, because this is what y'all keep missing about this. Keep talking about lock the doors, get a goddamn what's the shit called when you put this lock on the steering wheel and then you put a lock on the goddamn wheel and then you put it in your garage and then you got a alarm on your garage and you got all of these things that's still not stopping people from
No, you're
stealing
right. The better
cars.
solution is for women to just go ahead and
Hold on, hold on. I don't need sarcasm right now. Right? So what I'm
go
saying
ahead
is
and
that
just do exactly what they're doing and be worse about it. Because you know
I
you
don't
got
need
you got the
hold
muscle.
on, I don't need
It's fucking
sarcasm.
crazy. Because
No,
yeah,
what's
because that's
crazy
how
is that
ridiculous that shit sounds.
hold on, please. Hold on. You're not understanding that if you keep telling the victims to change what they're doing, all of you really saying is that the perpetrator is to change your game. That's what you're
Who
not
says I'm
picking up.
only talking? The difference in our conversation, the conversation me and you are having right now, is I'm saying that both people need to change their behaviors. You're saying only one side needs to change the behaviors,
We know
as
what
the
the
other side is actively getting worse.
Okay. I see. I can't have it. I need y'all not to interrupt. So that he could possibly understand what I'm saying. But this is absolutely ridiculous. You already agreed that once you get the goddamn car thief, is no more cars being stolen.
By him, yes, I agree.
Okay,
But
so
what I'm
that's what we
also
talking
saying is
about.
if you don't put in preventative measures,
So hold on,
someone else will steal your.
so you can you have to wait so you can understand.
Okay.
Don't try to change it. Don't try to change the talking point to something else to fix your argument.
You're changing what I'm saying.
Keep it to what we are conversing about. That one thief is a representation of the general population of men, so you can understand. So don't say where it's going to be another thief. That one man that is doing the car thieving is a representation of the general population.
Fine.
Okay, so if we want the cars to stop being stolen, we need to get the people or the person that is stealing the cars. And therefore now people don't have to worry about locking their goddamn doors. We understand since the beginning of time when we didn't have cameras, people was doing crime. We got cameras. That didn't stop people from doing crimes. You got to get tougher on the criminal, not tougher on the business owner. This is what y'all don't understand, right? The business owner, he got to get security cameras. He got to have a security guard. He got to get all these things in place to stop a criminal instead of society could just stop the criminal from the jump because the criminal find ways around all those things that you say, because once you tell the people and the victims that, hey, you need to do this, they find a new way to victimize.
Yeah, niggas
And
not
I
gonna stop.
need that part to get through your heads that when we keep saying women do something different, the men are hearing you say that, and then the men themselves are going to do something different. So therefore, you keep the circle going because you're not actually attacking the serious problem that we are having.
Well, you can't get men. You can't get
Hold
men to
on, let
stop.
him answer, please. Because I know he understood that.
I'm going to try to be clear and answer this question one more time. Yes, Sharon, the man who is going around stealing the car is the problem. There is nothing wrong with also taking preventative measures to protect you, yourself, and your property, even after that thief has been arrested. That's what
Pause
I'm
there.
saying, Sharon.
Pause there. Who is getting punishment for that?
No one. You're just taking preventative measures. You're taking preventative measures to prevent being a victim again.
Hold on, let me make it clear. The owner of all these things, do they gotta spend money? Do they gotta spend money for these preventative measures?
Yes.
Okay, so and what do the person that's doing the crime, do they gotta spend money for these measures?
They're in jail.
They're not. They still walking in the street because you're telling the victim to go ahead and do something extra. You're not telling.
Why are you separating those two things? Sharon, I've been very specific, bro.
No, you're not. You're specifically saying that the other people that's being victimized need to do something extra. And what you are missing with that is that person, the criminal, they're going to find a way around. They're going to find a workaround that extra. And all you're doing is punishing the person that's being victim, because now they're going to have to get a lock. Then now they're going to have to buy security. Then now they're going to have to get a membership. They are the ones that keep on adding. This is one of the issues, for example, that we have in New York City. They all keep on punishing the goddamn business owners and the citizens in the city while the criminals are running rampant. They are not punishing the criminals that needs to be stopped. They are telling us, the citizens, no, what you need to do is this, and you need to watch out for that. You know what else you need to watch out for? You need to watch out for this. It's not stopping the criminal for hopping on a scooter and snatching a purse or a chain. You telling me, hey, be careful of the men that is on scooters grabbing purses. It's not actually stopping people from grabbing purses. So
that's
what
not
I'm trying to get you to understand is stop telling these people to be. You're not hearing me. You're not hearing me. I'm not screaming at you. I don't know what is it that you're missing. I don't even think there's no way possible that you even disagree with that, right? People are being told to be careful when you walk in the street. People still get robbed. Telling somebody else to be careful and look out for things does not stop the crime from happening or the offense from happening.
Sharon, what's the problem with telling people to also take precautions to make sure that a crime doesn't happen to you? What is wrong with that? No,
I'm gonna tell you. You asked the question. It doesn't. I'm gonna tell you the answer. It doesn't stop the crime from happening.
Okay.
You're not doing anything preventative at that point.
But protecting yourself, correct?
No,
it's like having a gun saying you'll never be robbed. Like I got a concealed carry, but I can't say I'll never be robbed. I can't never say that.
Hold on, Pastor. So no, you're not actually. You telling the other person to watch out is not actually telling them anything.
What was the first part of that equation that I added first? Arrest the person committing the crime, i.e., stop sleeping with this nigga, and then make better choices so you don't choose people like him. It's a two-part system. One, you stop fucking with him, and two, you choose better people. It's a two-party issue.
Okay, so the reason why it's not is because when you put it on the other person, you make the criminal a better criminal.
Bro, I'm literally saying
so where you can understand what I'm saying. You keep saying that A is a two-part system. As long as it's a two-part system, you are giving the criminal the upper hand.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. And you telling people to choose out of the 15% that y'all both agreed it was. So we're supposed to choose better. We're supposed to have dealt with the 80. Now we all gonna bum rush the 15.
But 80% of y'all are in that 80%. That doesn't even make sense either.
Hold on. So Pastor, telling people be careful of Ponzi scheme, has that stopped people from getting Ponzi schemed?
Hell no. No, it ain't. No, not one bit.
Okay, so hold on. So this way we don't have to be screaming and yelling at each other. I'm just asking Pastor a question. So that's what we can understand. So now, with that being said, so when we are trying to get rid of Ponzi schemes, should we be talking to the people that's getting Ponzi scheme and telling the people the criminal, or should we just go after the criminal and get his ass the fuck up out of here, make it harsher charges so that the next person knows I'm not going to do no Ponzi schemes?
We should definitely go heavy after the people that are doing Ponzi schemes, but we should make the public aware as well.
Okay, so for example, right, if they had a death penalty for pedophiles, you think we would have anything called a MAPS?
Mm-hmm.
You said what?
will we have people talking about, hey, we don't know a 16-year-old from a woman if we say, hey, your ass you're gonna get deleted in jail if you even think about a 16-year-old? Will we even be having these conversations?
Yes, we would, because the criminal still exists.
The criminal,
No, it doesn't.
It also helps
No,
people
it
protecting
doesn't.
kids.
You wanna know how I know? Because you go to countries where they have harsher crimes on it, when they got death penalties and life, guess what? Those crimes is not there. Why?
Well, those crimes are
Right,
there
it's a
at a
different
small. Those
culture.
crimes are
It's a
there at a
different
smaller number.
culture.
They're there at a smaller number. So you're right. You will
No, people
minimize
have
the
group
threat. You will definitely
mentality.
minimize the threat.
No, people have group mentality, and the group mentality in the United States is that males can do no wrong. They could break into your car, they could break into your vagina, they can push off kids on you that you never wanted and that they begged you for. And then they could move on to the next one and scam them too. And it's a high five. How many people was high fiving Klay Thompson, high fiving him for scamming Meg the Stallion? It's a high five the degenerate culture over here.
Megan literally forces them to get
Of men. While Meg was the victim, everybody was talking down on her.
Hold on. I do not want to turn this into a Meg the Stallion conversation, please.
Well, me neither. I didn't mean to, but it's just a
hold on. I need the conversation to stay in one place so we can just finish this conversation. When we start adding all these other shit, I'm attempting to get it to stay in one spot.
My plan is just a culture.
Can somebody tell me in the chat, where are we with likes? I need to understand, where are we with likes?
When I had pushed the like button at first, it didn't add up, so I thought it was the little like counter was off, but I don't know where it's at.
Your like counter's off.
Yeah.
Sharon, I don't know if you can hear me. I just switched over. Yeah. Your like counter isn't even showing.
Yeah, it was.
Let me go to her.
I pushed it.
Go to horizontal.
So we need y'all to hit the like button, please.
Wow. What is going on?
So
yeah,
all I'm saying is that we need to eliminate the problem. We cannot be focusing on the minority and saying the minority is the problem. That's what the main thing either man was trying to get the conversation about, and I don't understand why that is such a point of contention.
Hey,
it's a point of contention of what Pastor said earlier, because men, they want the control. When he was like, when men had a control, we pass it around. We be nice to women. We want to share with y'all. And then at the same time, gonna say, y'all charging us too much for child support. The men are in a extreme state of delusion.
No, we're not. No. So I'm glad she said that. We're not delusional. We just don't like the inflation on our productivity.
None of us like the inflation. What do they have to do with how women have to spend their whole paycheck on their child? Do you think women is coming home with their paycheck after working 40 and 50 and 60 hours a week and say, oh, let me pinch my little $15 in on my kids and let me take all his money? No, their whole paycheck is going to their children's care.
Okay, Kim, so that's good. You just said something that actually works for me. So in that scenario, right, she understands this woman right here understands that, hey, I ended up with a dude who made me a baby mama, right? He's not
Mm-hmm.
taking care of his kid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you suggest that she goes to find another dude who's going to do the same thing?
Well, of course I wouldn't suggest it, but I'm saying as we use the word scammer, she wants a
Right.
partner. She wants a father figure for her children. So she goes out on the dating market, which you agreed is only 15% of men and 80% of them are scammers. So it's most likely she's going to run into a scammer. And that's how scammers scam, because they scam. So she's going to get fooled into thinking he's a good guy. And then she's gonna, get scammed.
So I agree with you. So question, should she one, not sleep with anybody that she believes may have kids, or B, make a better decision to not add to that problem? That's all.
You're
That's
saying,
the question
hold
I'm
on.
asking.
You just said, should she sleep with somebody who she think doesn't have kids? So if I think you don't have kids, what's the problem in my mind at that point? Like, if I think you are good, you working, you doing your thing, you taking me on dates, you splurging on me, you basically, what is it called? Love bombing me. You
Right.
told me you ain't got no kids. So
Right.
well, how else am I supposed to take that? Then this is a green flag, a green light to go. Oh, I met the one. He's everything I thought of. Like, where's the red flags if he's lying and scamming and gaslighting and love bombing?
So right. Do you know? So me and you are actually in full agreement right now. One of the counters to love bombing is time, because love bombing is instantaneous and it happens at a very rapid rate. If you're really taking the time, and again, this goes for men, this goes for young men and women too. So I'm only speaking as a man. If I take the time to know that woman and I find out she does have kids, I know I cannot pursue her further, because that's not something that I would have in that scenario.
But the problem, hold on,
But you're making
this,
that up. You're making this bull crap up of it takes time, and through that time, a person can be lying to you. That's made up.
Mm-hmm.
And no,
yeah,
but
I think, hold on, so
I
Shadow,
know people will play the long game. Please don't misunderstand that. I know there are professional scammers who will they will wait 2 years hoping that they can get that box. But by you taking, yeah.
Either man wanted to address what you said as well before you go too far.
Okay.
yeah, so this is the problem when people get married. They act like they forget what single life is. Telling people not to have sex, telling people not to move in this way. It's almost, did we forget when we were single? We wanted to have sex. We wanted to have these things. So when you say don't do,
What happened?
I think you broke up. You cut out.
what about now? Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now.
All right, so the point that I was saying is it's easy as a married person to say don't do this because you're not in the market. But we know for a fact that people that are single, they don't want to be lonely, and they typically, for the most part, want to be able to go through this vetting process. So we got to have the conversation. The people inside of the vetting process, let's try to get more accountability on them. And I'm not saying, Shadow, you're 100% wrong with what you're saying. I'm just saying, if you're gonna give the number that 85% is the problem, we got to focus on the 85%, without a doubt.
But 85% and 81% are the problem. So you're missing the issue. It's a two-sided problem, because now the other side of the problem, which was more at 50%, decided, you know what, I'm gonna just play their game too and match them. But
that's not the scenario.
But it is the
The
scenario.
scenario you gave was the baby daddy who had all these kids, and this woman have no kids. Now, if you say it was a baby mama with 9
Opposite.
kids and a baby daddy, hello, no, listen. If you said it was a baby mama with 9 kids and it was a baby daddy with 9 kids, we'd be having a different conversation. But one of these people are innocent if they don't have any kids. See, you're not comparing apples to apples.
Then flip it on his head like I actually did. My initial point was yes. If you are a man without kids, and again, you have to understand, I always speak bilaterally in this situation because I'm doing it for a particular purpose. I'm saying
Shadow,
it's
what
not
are you
a
saying the
one-sided
men are
issue.
victims of? Say if I'm a woman with 7 kids and I have all this relationship baggage and emotional trauma, and I get with a single man, he got money, he's a provider, he's nice, and he's about to be nice to me and take care of me and my kids.
I'm saying he
Where
shouldn't fuck
is
with
he
you
the
because you make
victim in that?
multiple. I'm saying
Even if
he shouldn't fuck with
okay,
you at all
but that's not. I didn't ask you should he deal with me or not. I'm saying where is he the victim in that?
because you have consistently made the continuous mistakes, right? In this particular,
Okay, so I'm a good woman to him. I was trying to be a good woman to all the other men. Now he's a good man that I can give all this loving to. Where is he losing?
answer. And let me reverse that. Let's say that same scenario the other way around. So this woman now wants to end up with Nick Cannon because yeah, fuck it. Where is she losing?
Nick Cannon already verbalized that he don't want that. So
I'm
Kim,
not
you
I
gotta
don't
let him
know why
finish
you're
it. Hold
using
on,
him.
hold on. I got you, Shadow. Hold on, Shadow. Hey,
Yeah.
Kim, you gotta let him finish your full thought, so this way you can attack that. Don't just pick out 2 words. Let him finish at
Okay.
least half a thought. Yeah, go ahead, Shadow.
So what I'm saying is a man who has 9 baby mamas, right? He's got 9 kids,
Yeah.
9 baby mamas. But he's a good man, but those relationships has never panned out for him. But he consistently ends up having a child with somebody and losing that relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now you, as a good woman with no kids, but knows he has 9 baby mamas, how is that an issue for you then?
Well, I think that's less of an issue for women than it is for men. Because it's not this brigade of people. It's people, but I don't think it's as prevalent of people saying don't be getting with these men with children and blah blah blah. It's just again a culture issue. Oh, I think a woman is much more likely to take on a man with multiple baby mothers, give him a chance. But again, this is what you're saying is the problem. It's kind of circular, but give him a chance, and if it pans out, cool, good, because a man having
Yeah,
other baby mothers is not an end all be all. But
yeah,
we
don't
talking
let them
about
lie to
red
you. These
flags.
dudes taking on baby mamas. Listen, let's kill. It's a whole bunch of dudes with baby mamas. Don't let them lie to you. Matter of fact, half of the ones who say don't do it got a baby mama. What are we talking about? It's more.
Yeah, I said, and
I'm
I got a
going to
baby
limb that
mama.
it's more
I said,
men.
and I got a baby mama.
I
But
would go on a limb to say that it's more men with baby mamas than there's women that are stepmamas.
No, other way around.
Absolutely,
Mm-mm.
But
No, the
does it
numbers
really
absolutely.
don't. The
matter?
numbers
Hold
don't
on,
make sense with that.
Does it
The
hold
numbers
really
don't.
on.
The numbers don't support that.
I
matter?
think
Shut
Diva
the
back.
fuck
Hold
up,
on, y'all.
Shadow.
Hold
If
on.
Diva's back, she might be able to answer it better.
Does it
We
really
got
matter though? Because they can have all the green flags. You marry them, and then 15 years later, like the lady is influencer or whatever. She found out that she met her husband. They met when they was like 14, 15, and been together ever since. Got married, start having children. They got 4 little children. Uh, she light skinned with light eyes and curly blonde hair. And just found out that her husband, however many years that she got a family with, just had a baby with somebody else.
Mm-mm-mm. Mm-hmm.
Right? So
Damn.
again, they could have all the green flags and still turn out to be a bad person.
Mm-hmm.
and
All
she the
right.
bread and
Mm-hmm.
that young lady's the breadwinner, and she's a beautiful young lady too.
Right. But see,
Man,
this is the thing, women, you can't be the breadwinner. They gonna make you pay for it. Don't ever
mm-hmm.
reach beneath you for a man. Why would you reach beneath you for a man? They got the same
Yeah, they
24
really
hours
don't
in a
like
day
that.
you do. They got the same 24 hours in a day you do. And so how you get farther than him? What was he doing? Nevertheless,
Yeah.
I wrong
That's
to
why I
Lucas.
think the whole 50-50
Hold on,
conversation
Kim.
is
Hold
the
on,
come up
Kim.
woman
Kim, we
conversation.
reading
They
super
don't
chats,
really like
baby girl.
that.
I know y'all don't understand. I know, but we also running the
Oh,
show at the same time.
my bad.
I don't know. Can you see it, Diva?
I can say it. Around to
Okay.
Lucas, $5. Why we acting like those women actively participating? Y'all obviously not outside enough to speak on this topic.
What?
Around to Lucas again, $2. What if she left? Why do we assume he left?
You know why we assume that.
Right.
Yeah,
Let me tell you.
Right.
I don't care what PhD be
Because
talking.
it's
I better get y'all a woman with money. Don't let them fool you out. Listen, equal.
look,
Nigga, you make 80,000, find somebody that make 80,000. Date me and dating your tax bracket. This idea
That's
that
not
men
what I
gotta
said.
take. I know
That's not
PhD, but
reaching
I
beneath
let you
you.
say what you say. Why I can't say what I'm
Yeah, but
saying?
you don't bring in what I said then, because I didn't. I said reaching beneath you, not both of y'all making 80. I said reaching
yeah,
beneath you.
I'll say reach
Diva
across from
commonly
you. That's
says,
what I'm
don't
saying. You better
misquote
reach
her. Don't
across.
misquote her. Don't misquote.
I heard her, Kim. You don't have to echo what she told me. I heard her what she
My
told me.
bad.
Listen, the point that I'm saying is this idea that men got to be with broken women. I mean, broke women, not broken. Broke women is a thing of the past. You better find your woman with some money. She better have a job, man. We ain't going to McDonald's no more. We ain't going. We ain't going to get no women for Burger King anymore.
They was
Costco.
never going to Burger King and McDonald's. That's what I don't understand. If you
They was
got
definitely
with
going to
women that
Burger
work
Kings
at
and McDonald's.
but that's because you worked at Burger King and McDonald's too.
Nah,
Right.
they
It
was going
it,
through the
it,
drive-through.
it
Yeah, they was
wasn't.
hollering.
It
Boy,
wasn't. It wasn't.
Yeah, yo, hold on, yo. Men were dating poor women, yo. Like, come on, yo. Let's stop this, yo.
stop.
No,
No, you're
Yeah, we
no.
not.
were. Yeah, we
That's
were.
Who
No,
crazy.
you're
was we
not.
were? You was poor. You poor right now.
Oh, well, I'm poor, but she was poorer. Nigga, she was the poorest.
So see, Uh, whatever. So no, they
Yeah.
ain't. Bill Gates didn't go find his wife at the McDonald's,
No, if they
and
were in a
I
college
know
But she
that's
was
the
town.
top
poorer than him. She
tier.
was poorer than him, though. She was poor. Okay, she didn't
Uh,
have as much money as
No,
him.
she weren't.
no, Melina and Bill were in the same like
Not
financial
no,
level.
not
No, her
not that
family
they
had money. She didn't
no.
have shit.
Exactly. They got generational wealth. So he's going to go with someone with some similar background, some generational wealth. He was able to trick and flip and scam his way into a billion, but he understands he can't get with a McDonald's worker. It's only these dumb NBA players and dumb football players that think they can go get a baddie off the Instagram like some dummies. Like she
Bill
gonna be
Gates.
loyal instead
Bill
of
Gates left his wife for some
But
Russian
40
for
another
some
rich
years.
white
Russian
woman. He
workers.
left his wife for
All
another
right. All
rich
right. All
white
right. Okay.
woman.
Okay. Okay. All right. So let's get back on topic on um either man. Do you think that I'm too soft on women?
Nah, I think you play a good role.
Mm.
I
No, you
wouldn't say
too
too
soft on the
soft.
women. You too
So
soft on the women.
I wouldn't say you too soft on women. Uh, I would like to see you have more other side of conversations, but I don't think you're too soft.
So now, do you think me having a conversation about women would be fruitful, and why?
Well, because this is my theory, right? Um, Remember, I'm not a YouTuber. I ain't got no show, so I'm just telling you my theory, whatever it's worth, right? I think that you should have conversations with the people that are present. So, for example, if I have 10 women on the panel, I think I should talk about women problems. If I have 10 men on the panel, I should talk about the men problems, right? Because we understand that both sides
It's
have
100 degrees.
problems.
Get in. It's 100 degrees. Get in.
Why you
Either
confused?
man, you know the
He knew
problem I
he
have with
wasn't.
that.
Go ahead.
That
Go ahead,
people
Kim.
that it's basically like you're going to a burger joint asking for a taco. If I'm making burgers, if I'm flipping burgers around here, why are you coming up in here asking me for a taco? Okay, go to the taco place if you want a
Expand
taco.
your
No,
menu.
no, hold
No,
on.
expand your
That's not.
menu. You got to expand
Hold
your
on, no,
menu,
Kim.
sweetheart.
No,
No,
I
Kim,
don't. No, I do
no.
not.
Hold on, no, Kim, that's a bad analogy because the person who owned the burger joint is asking me about their menu and what I think. So I'm not just
Okay,
telling
maybe I
Sharon, no,
need
I
some
don't care.
different.
Hold on,
It's
Kim.
still a burger joint, right?
No, but Kim, it's not me just coming to say, Sharon, you need to do these things. He initiated the question and asked what I thought. So I'm just giving him my thoughts. I'm not telling him, like you're trying to paint it as in I'm trying to tell him to do tacos when he do burgers. He asked me, should tacos be on his menu? Do you at least get
No,
that
he didn't. He
analogy,
asked
Kim?
you, what do you think about his burgers?
No, he did not.
Okay, that's okay. Hold on, we're
Oh,
not gonna.
okay.
All right. So, Bomb Cherry, do you think that I am soft on women?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, Bomb. Do you think I'm soft on women, Bomb?
Hell yeah.
And so, what should I change that and be a little tougher on women? And how would that change the conversations?
Yes, what I think you should do. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute. I think that you should bend me over and spank me when my husband is not here. Don't let nobody know. Don't tell your wife. Don't tell my husband. Okay? And you should spank me. Uh, yeah. Use a paddle or something like this. Something like this, you know. That's how you need to do it. What you thinking? Okay? No, I don't think you from women. I don't think you deal with women much at all. As a matter of fact, I think
I
you
don't.
focus on the men just to say, "Hey, men, we want to be better, and for our community's sake, this is what we need to do." That's what I hear you
Mm,
saying.
mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You
But
being
And
soft
Shadow,
on the women.
but
You
what I
being
was,
soft on the women.
Mrs.
hello,
Bracy, Mrs.
That's a
Bracy, I
paddle. I
was
got tricked.
joking.
I know,
All
hello,
right, I got
no, hello.
I
So,
was
but
pulled
I
out
do
my
want to be
paddle.
clear. I want to hear
Yeah.
your response. If it's Sharon and 10 women or 9 other women on the panel, is it fair to talk about the people that's there? Or is it because I get it when you talk about men and there's a whole bunch of men here, that makes sense for it. But if it was a whole bunch of women here, let's say you had 9 out of 10 women, is it smart to address them for the problems they have or not? That's what I want to know, Sharon.
Either man,
uh,
have you ever
you-
heard of a census? Have you ever heard of taking a poll? Have you ever heard of checking people's temperature? If it's all women on the panel and he wants to get women's opinion about men, then what's wrong with the conversation about women's opinion about
so
men?
so the problem turns into that majority of the time when I'm having a conversation, women want to know why men are moving the way how they are moving. So I'm saying, hey man, we need to do X, Y, and Z. The women like, so but Sharon, you figured out how to do X, Y, and D. Either man figured out how to do X, Y, and Z. Why majority of men are not moving that way? That's the problem. And then so we start having a conversation about that. And then when we start having a conversation about that, when women are putting they 2 cents in on it, now the men are upset and saying, how can a woman say what she want in a man? And that's where this whole contention is. And now they believe that I'm trolling men, where they cannot disagree with the things that I say about men. So even though Shadow would disagree, we see him today. He's even harsher than me. He
Yeah,
says only 15% of men that are dateable in the world.
yeah.
Right? He's saying that if you have children, you shouldn't even be looking at those type of men to date. So these men are actually more difficult on men than I am.
Yeah, so this is what I'm saying, right? I get what you're saying. If a woman asks the question is why is men this way and you answering from a man perspective, I agree. Sometimes in these conversations, what I hear is why I am still single. A woman to say, why am I still single? And then you would start talking about the issues of men. Now let's dive into why you are single, the things that you are doing, and the reason that you couldn't find a quote unquote man, because we understand that it is certain things that you have to move. That's the only difference I'm saying.
I've,
But you're
I've
right,
never,
both
Women don't go
conversations
out
need to
looking
be
for
had.
men. Men
I've never
propose
heard a woman.
marriage. What are you
I,
talking about? She ain't went and found the man. Like she about to get down on one knee and ask some man to marry her. That's not how it goes. Y'all really be calling about, oh, men control relationships and women control sex. But since men, so not saying this is your ideology, but the general understanding is women are chaste, men are seekers, chasers, hunters, all the things they want to say they are. But when the woman has been unpicked, you're gonna say this the woman's fault that she just sitting there like a beautiful flower and no man came to pick her because he's a degenerate that's going searching around the sewer. That don't match.
And also, let me shout out to the
Well,
Cash App.
okay, sorry.
It says, no, you are not soft on women. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Go ahead, Shadow.
I want wait before he. I want to
Oh,
say I've never heard a woman. I'm sorry, never heard a woman up here ask Ron why she's single. Yeah,
absolutely. That never happened.
I know.
That never happened. That ain't never happened.
So fun.
I
All right,
never.
brother. Yeah. Okay.
And if a woman did come up here and ask, I would I would be able to have Leah, Bomb, Diva, Kim to answer for her. Like, hey, so what you got going on? We'll start to see, you know, what's going on with her mental. But for the most
Yeah.
part, we don't have those.
I just ain't got no problem talking about both sides. I talk about both. Like if people ask me, is it problems with women? I can answer that question. If people say if it's problem with men, I can answer that question. I do understand that you say that your responsibility is to hold the men accountable, and I'm not knocking that.
And I don't think I could really explain to a woman why she's single, to be honest with you. Also, let me shout out to the catch that says for in the clouds. Awesome topic. Thank you so much. I don't think I could really tell a woman why she is single, to be honest.
I
I
think
think
I
you can. I
could.
think you can. I think you can because if
But
her
yeah, he said
attitude,
him. He said
well,
he can.
I mean, I said I can. If the
Tell me
attitude
why.
is
Y'all
bad,
go around the panel and tell me why I am.
Because you make too much
Oh,
money.
okay.
I know for a fact because you make way too much money. The reason PhD was she got this standard that she need a
hmm
man that made $82 million and 52 cents to even get in. I think she's single. Really, I think she's single because
Do
she
you
don't
see
want
how
no man.
psychotic that
Okay,
is?
hold on,
I
Kim.
make
Hold on,
two
Uh,
Kim.
good
Hold on,
points.
Kim.
That's
Kim.
so
Hold on.
silly.
All right, so Edelman gave his one.
uh-huh.
You want to get more than one or just one?
I give two,
Edelman.
and the second one is
Okay.
so first is I think diva standards is pretty high, and I think
Hmm.
the second one is she just don't want no man. So those two things could high standards and not actually want a man from my
So
perspective.
you gave three. Okay, so you gave three. Okay,
So I
so
I would say that she's too well traveled. Um, I don't necessarily think that men like women
that's
that have.
crazy.
I'm serious. I don't necessarily think that men like women that have traveled the world. When my little sister studied abroad in India. I always tell her to never tell other men that. Don't tell them that you went to India and studied abroad. Don't tell them
Okay,
that. Like,
you're going across. All right, so she's well
mhm.
traveled. Get two more.
And I do think she makes too much money that puts her in a very small bracket of men. And I also
Okay,
think
and number
that
three.
she may be too opinionated. Well, validly opinionated. Because if a woman opinionated, it don't make sense. No one cares. But if she makes an opinion that,
Okay,
yeah, she's
all
too
right,
validly
three. All
opinionated.
right,
Yeah.
okay. Shadow.
One diva strong as shit, and that's intimidating to a lot of men. So number one, two, she literally just doesn't want. If she wanted to be with somebody, she would be. Uh, but she has the belief that she's not going to waste time on somebody who has to look up at her heels. So that would be number two, and number three. In truth, like I think most people just don't even qualify to have conversation with her in most situations. I think whenever it comes to intimacy, if she's gonna agree to that, you have to at least be somewhere in her realm of intelligence, finances, etc., for it to even be a valid conversation.
That's crazy. All right. PhD.
Ask the women.
Uh,
No, ask the women first. I want to see what the women say.
Hold- Uh,
I can answer.
uh, okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Leah.
I think she, well, I don't really know, but from what I've seen of her, from what I've heard of her, sorry, I think that she doesn't have the patience for it. She doesn't want to live with anyone. I think she likes her own space. I think she can't be asked to placate to anyone. And I think because the tax bracket that she's on, whatever tax bracket that is, she can meet men in those tax brackets. So it's not like she has to date down if she doesn't want to. But I do think that the men on her tax bracket, she's probably maybe not interested in, or even like with them, she can't be asked to placate to them either. So, it's her unwillingness to, um, let's say, compromise or dumb herself down for anyone.
Okay.
What you think,
All
Kim?
right. Kim.
I think that women in general, well, maybe not in general, I kind of use diva as a little, map of it. But women understand how little value or enhancement men are bringing to their lives. They are being understanding that they are workhorses, and they might get a pat on the back for hauling the load. But they're not being enhanced by these men. They're not the man is not the big what do you bring to the table conversation is like super hilarious, because it's more of a question of the man asking, how can you enhance me? What can you do to make my life better? It's or what do you bring to the table question. It's not like, how can we benefit each other? It's like, what can you do to make me better? And it's
Well, Kim, we
definitely
need
not a
three.
conversation.
We
Uh,
need three reasons she's single, though. I think you going into a
oh,
talking point.
three reasons the woman is single is because she's smart,
Okay.
because she maybe has been hurt in the past,
Okay.
and because men are idiots.
Okay. 651. 651. Why do you think Diva's single?
I don't
The
know.
hell just I got to
I
go.
don't. First, I don't
You
know how
don't
she
know. That's
look.
cool. We'll accept that.
Yeah,
We don't
no,
want
I
you
don't
to.
know how she look,
We don't
but
want you to make a thought up. Listen,
no,
I hate
I'm
when
not
people
gonna make
just.
it. No.
You
Slow
said
down.
you don't know. We accept
No,
it.
no. I
Bomb
said I don't know
cherry.
how she look. I think she's very strong minded and opinionated, and that will scare off a lot of men that are
I didn't know
like.
y'all was this scary, but I get it. Bomb
No,
cherry.
I'm trying to tell you. You cut
You
That
me
said
off.
that nigga scared a diva.
that
I
is
ain't
gay.
never in
Yeah.
my life been scared of
No,
a
no,
woman
no,
like
no, no,
diva.
no, no.
But I
It's
get
a,
what you said.
no. Either man. It's a certain type of man that's scared of diva.
But
Now the
y'all making
Pookie,
it seem like
slow down. It's the Pookies and Ray Rays. Like they will fuck with Diva because Diva sound like she got her shit together, and if they might just deal with it just to have a roof over their head. But the type of men
that's
that
crazy,
Diva
bro.
likely the type of men that Diva likely want, those like establishment, they're not gonna deal. A lot of them not gonna deal with that.
You are out of your mind.
He's
Listen,
stupid.
listen,
He's stupid
listen.
as hell.
Let me tell you this. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say this.
Pass it to
If
bomb. Pass it to
if
bomb. Pass it to
I
bomb.
gotta respond to that. Go bomb. He right. I'm
Oh,
sorry, Sharon. Go ahead.
No,
I wasn't
you're
Yeah,
responding
making
I'm
to
trying.
that.
I'm trying to maintain your questioning. Go ahead,
no,
bomb.
it ain't
I
this.
just want to respond just a little bit. Go
I
ahead,
just
Bob.
I disagree with that. So first of all, I think Diva has a man blowing her back out whenever she wants and send
She
him
probably do.
about his goddamn business when she want him to. And I don't know why we think men with money won't deal with certain type of women. Like, are
Yeah.
we
I
serious?
don't
Like,
either.
When I say deal, I mean married.
No, no. Listen. Hold on. Let me say
wait,
this. 651. Let
but
Go
Bomb
ahead.
finish. No,
oh, okay.
finish, Bomb, because I'm trying to follow my own rules. But I just want to say something to him. Go ahead, Bomb.
And I think she's in a certain pay grade where
Mhm.
a lot of men will be they will be afraid to deal with a woman who make money like that.
Damn.
And the ones who do make money like that, it's not that many of them because she do say she like black men. Okay. And
Mm-hmm.
So I think she's limiting herself by dealing with just black men.
So
Now,
hold on.
Crazy.
we
Yeah,
So
I agree. I could agree with that.
hold on, no. So 6'5", like, because I keep hearing this, right? And I heard a couple people say this. You think men with money won't deal with women with attitude?
No, they would
Crazy.
deal with them. They would deal with them. When I
They
say
won't
deal, I
marry.
mean,
Hold on, let me
yeah,
say. You
they
think
won't
that
marry. I
you?
don't think so.
I think you speaking from a perspective of not having a lot of money. Because
No, I'm
if
speaking.
I
hold
me
on, let me
No,
too.
say,
Me
whoa, whoa,
too.
whoa, whoa,
hold
whoa,
on,
whoa, whoa, whoa.
listen.
I am a high. No,
It's
no,
not an
Eat man.
insult.
No, it's not an insult. I am a higher earner. Trust me. I'm well over 6 figure, bro. Trust me.
he said
I know
well
the
over 6 figures.
over. Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm well
Wait,
over
what is
six
that?
figure, brother.
When you say well over 6 figures, how much is that?
Like
Y'all
I
150,
don't
let,
want to. No,
let
higher,
the nigga lie.
higher.
Let me want to hear the well
200,000.
over.
No, trust me. I do a lot of overtime. That's why I keep my
Overtime
salary.
not gonna pull you.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying it pull it. I'm the correct to eat man. I'm not bragging. I'm just correct to eat man.
Are
He
you
made
making
it.
more than $250,000 a year?
No.
He don't know what a
Okay,
quarter
okay.
million dollars is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
hold on. So, I believe that Diva's making mid six figures, almost seven figures, right? So I'm saying 300 plus, right? So that's the group that I'm
I'm
talking.
not that much. I'm
I
a
know.
little
Hold on.
lower. Yeah, I'm a little lower.
I might be wrong. Listen, I know a lot of men that makes 300. I'm not saying a little bit, a lot of men that makes 300. And you know when we go play cards at their house, they wife talking crazy. So listen, I'm telling you, when we play,
Hey,
listen, I'm
hey,
just
hold on,
telling you
Eat
this
Man.
idea.
Hold on, Eat Man. I know a dude, right? He makes millions. He makes millions. His wife do not have to work at all. He makes millions. He works ridiculously. And that man still after working all day making millions, you know he come home and cook.
I could too.
No,
They
but
don't.
I'm
No,
just
y'all don't.
Hey,
Y'all
that
You're
don't
ain't
not,
know.
nothing.
you're missing it. You're missing it. He make millions, work
Some men like to
ridiculous
cook.
hours, and he still come home after being tired. Barely he go home and cook
He
because
might like
hey,
but Sharon, he might like to cook. There are some men that just like to cook.
nah, he don't want to
What
cook.
you
That
talk about?
woman.
Nah, some men like
I'm
I
just
like to cook.
hold on,
bruh,
no.
I
Like
just said he make okay.
so it's men out there, and I get the internet say that they want these women that's like docile,
Right.
that don't
No, I'm
fight.
not. No, I'm
It's a
not
lot.
talking about those. I'm talking about the men. I'm only referring to the black men in South Florida that make good money. They would those type of men. They're not looking for the like how y'all be saying the whole
Hey,
YouTube topic.
hold on one
Shut up
second.
and
Hold on one second. Why do people believe that only Anton Daniels can have wealthy people on his panel? What is that about?
I don't know. Because
I don't know.
I cook. I am a cook. But you
Why
know what I
people
like
believe
better
that
than my
my
own
channel?
food?
I want to know why people don't believe that my channel can't have successful people here. It's weird to me.
I think your panel has successful people.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
but they weren't
I
trying
can
to.
tell the
But
way
I'm
they
just
carry
saying.
it, and the way they talk, and the way they carry themselves.
I'm successful, but I don't make 300,000 a year.
All right,
Nah,
but anyway,
I don't make
hold on,
three.
hold on. So we all gave our ideas. Let Diva respond if she like to. Diva, was anybody on point?
Yep.
Did you learn anything new about yourself, PH
Nope.
Diva?
She ain't learned nothing.
Uh,
She know everything. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought
hold
I was
on,
muted.
God damn
My
it!
bad. I thought I was.
You thought, yeah, God damn it, PH Diva, you there? A punk ass, not even there.
She
She
God
just cut
got
damn
all
it.
your
that
ass.
money. She said, "I don't even have to listen to you
She
peasants."
couldn't-
You see that? Listen, she didn't even feel like she had to listen to us. It's like
I knew PhD made good money just the way how she articulated, how she told. What's up?
I'm just saying, like I don't know why y'all think when people start making money, it change their who they like. Like,
Yeah, that's
listen,
crazy. Hey,
they
yeah,
still like
either man.
that. Like,
But what I do understand is this, either man, is that a lot of men don't have confidence like how the internet say men do. That's the issue. Like for me, I don't know. It's very. I don't even understand
that intimidation factor that people kept saying. I don't register that for real, for real.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe I'm trying to figure like who, what. Maybe if I can't even imagine
being scared of a
a
woman.
top celebrity. If I'm with a, you know what I'm saying, like it's going to intimidate me. Like
Yeah.
I don't got that understanding of somebody that I'm trying to be with is going to intimidate me more than
Oh,
any other woman will. You know what I'm saying? Like regardless, I
so you
think as
said
a man,
you got the oh
you know what I'm
you
saying?
got the
Regardless
stat
as a man, you're
Jimmy.
gonna get that heart pumping no matter who like you know, when you dealing with somebody for the first time, you know, you go through certain things. I think it won't I don't know. I wouldn't be intimidated by
I
a
think it's a power dynamic
It
issue.
yeah. I,
The accessibility to power that person has that you don't have. And
that's
this
what
is
I
where
because
this
I'm
what
again
saying,
is
what
where I
kind of
think
power do
men
the
do better
women got
at.
over y'all? I want to
okay,
right.
no,
understand.
That's
no.
what I want to know.
It's the
Great
So
point. That's what I
accessibility
Timmy,
to
want to know.
power.
You said the
I,
what
I,
power?
it's the accessibility to power of people with more money or more influence. I think that
That's
is the issue.
crazy.
I think that is the issue.
Yeah, no, I ain't
With
never. I ain't
there,
even never
there,
thought
there,
about this. Hello, listen, I ain't never thought about how much power this woman got and who she accessible to. Like that's not ever been my
but either
mindset.
man, you're not gonna think you're a high earner. You're not gonna think about that. That's why you're not
But
gonna
no,
think about that.
hello. The reason I say that,
The-
hello, I can date a woman who make more money than me
no,
Me
and be
that's
too.
why
fine. Like I can be peaceful in that relationship. Like I'm
because
not. Go ahead.
you're a higher earner. That's why. Even if she make more than you, like I can make somebody, I can date somebody that's making 300 plus, even though I don't make 300 plus, but I can because I'm a higher earner. That's what I'm saying. As long as you're a higher earner as a man, it won't affect you, even if she make more.
No,
It's
no,
more.
hello.
It's, go
Let
ahead.
me help you understand what I'm saying. So, like, say my wife, she started a business, and my wife making 400,000. If my wife is like, "Hey, I need you to stay home with these kids. I need you to cook and clean," I would do that. Listen, I understand that I'm gonna do what's best for my relationship. I don't have all this pride and ego to say that, "Hey, I gotta do this as a man to prove something." I believe I'm gonna move whatever's in the best interest of the family. And if what's in the best interest of the family is me staying, now my kids, I might have to get a tutor to teach them how to pronounce words. But outside of that, I can teach them math, science, and all that kind of stuff. We can do PE. I'm not that mindset that she got something over me because this is her season to
Yeah.
win. That's all I'm
I
saying.
think I think it's kind of crazy to me. I look at it the same exact way. I think me and Eda Man was in the wrong we was in the wrong data market because me and him both got that said. We should have been doing what Aaron to Lucas be saying. We should have been looking for the super rich woman because I don't have that big of an ego where I don't understand the relationship. As long as she's not disrespecting me, the relationship is going to be fruitful,
And that's
and
a
she's going
lie.
to be
Just because, and that's a
and
lie. It's crazy that I hear men with women that don't make no money disrespecting, and they think just because she make more money than you, now she gonna be
then
disrespecting
now
you.
she,
Like if they
right.
disrespectful, they disrespectful at all
That's it.
levels. Like this idea that the woman just now got this chip on her back and she making money.
The
No,
money
man,
is
people.
crazy. That's
I
crazy.
know, I know female doctors that's dating mechanics. And you know
Right.
what? And she's happy. Like she's not, oh, beating across her chest. I make more money than you. Like that's the point that I'm saying is like, and he understand his role. He's not gonna be talking about where the money gonna be spent if he ain't bringing in most of the money, which is realistic
Hmm.
if the bills are paid. Listen, I take an allowance. See, Sharon might not. My wife go out here and make $500,000, and she said, I'm gonna give you this allowance that you can do the little stuff you want to go get your cologne and your haircut, and my kids good. I actually would prefer that lifestyle. If I could be a
Yeah,
Hey,
full-time father,
you
I
explain
could
a
be
soft
recess
guy,
daddy. I could be the daddy that shows up the gymnastic process.
soft
You
daddy.
can call it whatever you want. See, and the crazy part about it, we have men saying a man who's saying he want to be involved fully in his kid's life is Saul.
No,
That sounds
I'm
mm,
not saying that. I'm
retarded.
not saying that
it's
because I'm
crazy.
not saying that at all. But what you are explaining is a soft daddy. Most fathers work
That
heavily and are
hold
still going
on,
to all their
Pastor.
children
That's
games.
what either man is saying. The man that's going to be more involved in his family. He's going to be doing the brunt of. Like y'all say, men are the better cooks, so now he's going to be cooking more. He's going to be around the kids more. He's going to be teaching more. You're calling that man the soft one.
He should be a
That's
stay-at-home father.
crazy.
That's a stay-at-home dad. That shit soft, dog. I never seen a stay-at-home dad
That
before in my
is
life.
crazy.
That is crazy, nigga. To
The
be a
crazy,
stay-at-home
but
dad
you know,
is soft.
Pastor, this is the problem. Y'all said, Pastor, I heard you say you think men are better at raising kids than women. That's what you said.
But you
Now
don't
we're
have to
talking
stay
about
at
the
home, though. Don't be a
no, no, hold
stay-at-home
on. No,
dad.
no. Let me hold you accountable, Pastor, in
I
real
said that.
time.
I did say
Hold
that.
on.
I did say that.
If you have hold on, if you have the highest influence on the kids, why wouldn't you? If and I'm saying in a situation that your family's not struggling, that the like
At
she's
all.
making enough money to take care of you guys. Now that you have your ideal situation that you can literally put your wisdom, understanding, and enlightenment into your child, now you want to call that man soft. That
I
is
wouldn't do it.
crazy
I
to
would
me.
still go to work, yo. Like, even if I had the opportunity to put 100% of into my children, I'm still like, no, you got to get, yo. Part of giving something to your children as a man is getting out there in the world, understand and to
No,
conquer,
that's called
to
the
bring something
Matrix.
back to your kids.
This is crazy to
That's
me. Yo, either man, men are more confused than I ever thought. Than I
yeah,
No, you
this is
ever
the
can't be
thought.
a stay at
Matrix.
home
Everything,
dad. That is
and look,
crazy. That's bad.
everything is literally backwards for men. Like
Sharon,
it's
being a stay at home
crazy
dad
to
is
me.
bad, dog. That's bad. When you said you want to
Not
be a stay at home dad that time, I was really disappointed in you, Sharon. You're like, I'm gonna be a stay at
no, but
home. I remember you were doing
what
that
I'm
stay at
saying is
home
that
dad shit.
if I'm with my partner and my partner is able to bring in some ridiculous amount of money, 500 and up, on whatever it is that she's doing, and that is a ridiculous amount of money, by the way,
Yeah.
bruh. I'm like, hey, what are we doing here? What's the purpose of me going out and making a quarter mil at this
You
point?
can't be a stay at home dad. You gotta go
Hold
pick up
on,
some
hold
collect
on when I'm
cans or
saying that
something.
it does. Why would I at that point? Like I get it, that's 750. It sounds great on paper, but in reality, our kids are suffering, and we make way more than enough money to live off a one person salary.
Hold on, let me tell
Can
you,
I ask a
it really
question?
don't
Sorry,
matter
can I
after
just ask a
300,000. Hold on,
why
let me.
does she have to make sorry, 1 second. Why does she have to make like do you guys make like 500,000? Because I'm wondering like why she has to make 500 million. Like is it just a
Because we
number that you
talking
guys
about
want to throw
PhD.
out?
The
Or
subject was
Okay, so
PhD. That's why I was talking about
I could
no,
tell
500.
but
you
you
why.
said that you want to be
I
okay.
could tell you why, Leah. I could tell you why, Leah. So,
Yeah.
for me to be out of the working market for it to make sense, she got to be making 500. If she making 500, then I could say, all right, you got the rest of the finances. I'm going to take care of everything else.
But is
If
that
we and
because
her
do you
both,
believe that that's the potential that you can make, or is that
that,
because you're
that
making that at the moment?
that's
Do you see
for
what I mean?
me
Because she's a
personally.
stay-at-home mom right now. Do you see what I mean? Like, so women, like, and this is what I always think about this, right? I think that when men want women to stay at home, right, they think that they want that woman to live under their tax bracket, right? And for me, I don't believe that that's the same thing to ask a woman. Do you see
No,
what I
no,
mean?
Leah.
Like,
I got you, Leah. Let me help you
yeah,
understand, right?
yeah,
I know that I have the ability to go make a certain amount of income, right? So
Yeah,
for me to come out of the market, Leah, to stop
yeah,
working, stop running business, I need her to be at quote unquote this level for us to
yeah,
sustain our lifestyle. Cause we still gotta go to Bora Bora, we're going to Jamaica, we're going to Dubai. We still doing certain things that me and my wife live an expensive lifestyle. So I can't say my wife now making 60,000 and I stop working because now my whole overall family have to live a less of lifestyle. Do that kind of make sense, Leah?
yeah. No, this is what I mean. So this is why I'm saying what I'm saying. So I just want like for the men that are like saying, oh yeah, I wanna dictate the house and I want you to stay home and blah blah. I'm saying that women should also have that mindset. Do you see what I mean? Like I have that mindset. Like you have to make my husband has to make a certain amount of money for me to say, okay, I'm going to stay at home. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, but men
No, we
would
agree,
like
Leah. Okay,
women.
yeah.
So if you've got 60
No,
grand,
Leah,
a
I
woman,
agree.
you expect the woman to stay at home. Well, I can't stay at home for 60 grand. I'm so sorry. Like, and you
No,
can't
no, no,
even
yeah,
dictate to me what's
absolutely.
happening in the household
Absolutely.
under 60 grand. You see what I
Absolutely,
mean?
Leah. We
So
are
that's
in
just sort of
100% agreement that if a dude make 50,000, he asks his wife to stay at home. She needs to say, "Hey, no, I need to go to work because we need more than
But if a
50,000." We're
dude
not
makes a
arguing with that,
hundred
right?
thousand, if a dude makes 100,000, we all know that 100,000 is not what people think it is. It's
Well,
not.
no,
It doesn't. You living paycheck to paycheck on that. Like, so we're living
so
under
the
debt
hello,
with
the
that.
question. This is the question: is can
You
that
see what I
woman
mean?
go out and make more than 100,000? Because me and
Right,
Sharon are saying I have the capacity to make way more than
right,
100,000. If that woman
correct.
only got the capacity to go make 20, 30,000, and the daycare costs more than the actual
Right,
20, 30,000 she gonna bring in, that's why men say, hey, just stay home because I'd rather you raise my kids than us to give 20,000 that you make into a daycare.
right.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to get everyone to understand is that that you guys penalize, not you. I'm not saying you guys potentially,
Go ahead, you
Hmm.
specifically,
good.
but I'm saying like men, sort of, uh, uh, talk like shit about women that
Hmm.
stipulate the price tag, like the amount that they want the man to have, right, to make. And I'm
Hmm.
saying, why is it that you guys are able to just say, I want her to have to make this amount of money so that I can stay home? But when a
Because
woman says
we
that, it's an
proved that we can
issue.
make that amount of money. See, one thing is
No,
a
but
theory.
listen,
Hold on,
when
hold on,
a
hold on. Oh, Leah, I'm trying to help you understand.
okay, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah,
can
go on.
if I showed you my tax return, you'd be like, the reason you're saying these high numbers is because you are a high earner. Now it is different if you got a woman that's working at McDonald's and she only can make 30,000 and she's saying, I need a man that's making 500,000.
So what?
Right. That's different.
Now
So
you
what?
want to come back.
So,
You didn't want to
But
answer
that's
our
the
questions
thing. Hold
earlier,
on.
Did
PhD.
Sharon
Yeah.
now she
answer the
wanna
question?
now she
Now
wanna
she
come
want to come
back.
back. We asked a
Now
whole
I want
bunch
to
of
come back.
questions.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah. No, I want Sharon to answer it.
oh, you want me to answer what question, Diva?
The why I'm single question, and let me let you answer first before I
I
respond.
answer it. The reason
You,
why
you,
PH Diva is
I
single
thought you
is
couldn't
because
answer
we
it.
was born on two different coasts, and that is the
Boy,
only reason.
what? But look, who is that? That's 651 mid. Thank you, 651 mid. He was the only one who got up here and held it down. I wanted to hear y'all say, cause you mean and disrespectful, cause you got a head full of nappy hair. I wanted y'all to drag me.
Nah, I
Oh
don't
no, that
think
ain't
you
no reason for
mean.
that because
I
niggas be
just,
dealing
Hey,
with
hey,
mean,
Diva, hey,
I just think
disrespectful,
you need the right
not
Hey,
man.
Diva.
I
scared.
think you need the right man to come in your life.
First of all, Diva, did you hear everybody's explanations?
No,
Yeah, for the most part,
So my question to you, Diva, was any of those on point, and was any of those things eye opening?
um, so I'm sure the many of them were on point. I think just overall, it was eye opening that people wouldn't take the opportunity to drag me,
Oh,
we
which
love
was
you,
the point.
Diva. I love you, Diva.
I don't think
I
niggas
love
be
you
trying to
too.
really you be dragging niggas. I don't think we be trying to drag
I
you.
dragged you. I dragged you. I said that you was over there getting your guts beat down. Now
Oh,
you
we
had
know that. With a nigga with dreads
It's in my
that look
stomach.
he
like.
got wit. He got them Florida wits.
Uh,
But
and
that
then
nigga don't count because that
then you
nigga, if you a gigolo, that don't really count though.
I said, then you send his ass home when you done. You be like, you got to go.
So,
Okay.
Yeah, so
so
so a
I
nigga
think
that get a little gift to come through don't count.
the
Yes,
most
they do count.
interesting part to
No, it
me,
don't. No, it
PhD,
don't. No,
was
it don't.
that a good amount of people said that you are
They
intimidating.
scary. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just interesting to me to hear my brothers talk sometimes. It's eye opening for me to hear how scary my brothers are and how unconfident my brothers are, and I don't know how to fix that for real.
I think
Diva,
men are
I don't
more
give a damn.
afraid of.
I don't give a damn when I was broke and dusty and Beyonce would have walked past me.
See,
Nah,
that's the
Ain't
it's
no
problem with
dating.
changed.
men right
Well,
there.
I'm
Ain't no
telling you,
That's
dating.
men
the
are
problem.
more.
See, Sharon was the problem.
Ain't
Your
no
men are
Jay-Z and
more
Beyonce
afraid.
comes around.
Men
You
are more
feel me?
afraid of women than they are of fighting another man. A man will fight another man before he'll confront a woman. Yo, I really believe that.
Mm.
I really believe that. You see it on these panels. These brothers will fight with each other over actually. Now it used to be the opposite. It used to be the opposite. We would fight with the women and agree with each other. But now it's done changed. Like dudes rather like fight with each other than hash something out with the women.
Mm.
That's a good thing. Instead of why they
And
want to
I don't know.
men.
I just think it's a weird question for men to try to communicate why a woman is single. I think it's just a weird. I don't think a man can actually do that for real. Because clearly, when we just heard the men say that because of intimidation and opinionated and all these other things, either man knows a woman that is married that has all those things that they said that keep women single. All the traits that y'all said that is making PhD Diva single. I know a man that is married to a woman that has those traits,
You know, A. You
and he
know, A.
actually married for years.
You know, A. But if we're talking about for a majority, I don't think it's the majority. I do.
No,
I
but
do
what
think
I'm
there's
saying, no,
outliers.
no,
There's
no, hold
outliers
on, but no,
always.
no, no, but when we talking about to a specific person, that's not majority. That's number one. Number
Okay.
two, the same things that y'all pointing out that is not marriageable. I know somebody that has those traits that is married for years.
I
So
don't
that's why
think
I don't think
PhD
a
could not get
man.
married.
And so this is why I do not believe a man can actually explain why a woman is single. And if he tries, he just don't know what he's talking about.
I don't think that PhD with being married is not the issue. I think she probably could get married. I think we're talking about options and the options that they would want. I don't even think it's talking about
No,
like
hold on,
actually
hold on. Oh
marriage.
my God. It's like I can't follow a conversation
I
sometimes.
am trying to, but you know,
Because I took it off of PhD Diva.
well, no,
So this
I'm
way you
take it
don't
off
have to
PhD.
focus.
We'll take it off of
So
her.
this way you don't have to
We'll
this
take
way
it
you
off
don't
of
have
her
to
then.
focus on this way you don't have to focus on an individual. I talked
Uh
about the traits that y'all mentioned that is
huh.
keeping a woman single. I know a woman, either man knows a woman that has those traits that y'all mentioned,
Hmm.
and she is married. And so I'm using that example to go into a broader conversation so y'all can understand that men do not understand why women are single because clearly y'all dumb as hell.
Well, what I'm saying is, you're talking about again. You're talking about the minority, and you're leaving out the majority. I get it. A minority of those women that are very front forward. Some of them will get married, but I mean,
A
the
lot of
vast
them,
majority of women getting married are not that way. I don't think so.
that's not true. It's a lot of women who are a lot of different ways who got married. Whether they still married or not, that's another topic. But but I don't know why y'all think y'all know what men want. Y'all don't. You only know what you want.
Well, hold
Kevin
on. I'm trying.
What you
Samuels
want.
telling
I'm
y'all
trying.
that no man who make money gonna want this, that, and the third. How did Kevin Samuels know that? He didn't even have money, let alone he wasn't even into women. Um,
I get that, but Pastor. So when you look at Bomb Cherry, she's been married for over 20 plus years. Do you feel like
Right.
she got the stuff that you trying to say men want? From your opinion?
Man, Mom got some intangibles, dude. It's not cookie cutter it's not cookie cutter
This is
like
the
we made
problem
say.
with y'all niggas. God damn it, I'm
Oh,
cursing on my own show. This is
That's
crazy.
$2.
I know. Pay is fine,
This
Diva.
is
We know you got it.
crazy, man.
I didn't
Like
cuss.
y'all can't stand on nothing y'all say. This is why now I understand why so many of y'all men are single. Y'all don't stand on nothing.
Stand on what you ask my individual people. I can't
Because the
stand
things
on
that
individual
all right, so
bombs.
okay, so pastor, over opinionated. Bomb is over opinionated. Bomb is going to talk back.
Yeah.
All right, so those are Bomb is intimidating. She's intelligent. She has a career. She's in the military. She know how to use a gun.
All right.
So all of these things that y'all saying that makes a woman unapproachable or keep them single, we have living examples. that y'all don't know what the F y'all talking about.
I don't think these
God damn.
individual people. I don't think these individual people make your argument sound. I agree with you. You can find individual women that beat the odds. I don't
So
think that
I,
it's
I
the
got you. I
yeah.
got you, Pastor. So will we agree that women that comes from the military are all these things, the majority of all these things you saying? Opinionated, speak their mind, all these different things. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
And if I told you that they was married at a very high rate in the military, would that change the way that you think?
It will make me reconsider. Yeah, because I know they are. So I mean, yeah, they are.
No, I'm just
Y'all making a point. Y'all making a point. I
let
give
me
you
tell you the
that.
truth. Hey, Pastor, I figured it out a year ago. When guys get to saying that all this stuff about the women, I asked them a qualifying question. I say, do you want to be married? And you know, 9 times out of 10, what they say? No. It didn't matter what
Mm,
that woman was. He's trying to make excuses. It don't matter if that woman didn't have no kids. It didn't matter if she came perfect in his way. He still doesn't value marriage. So that's the
mm,
conversations that we don't have. It's not that these women don't have quote unquote to be marriageable. It's a lot of men out here who says they would not marry her even if she was perfect, Pastor.
mm.
I'll give you that too. I'll give you that too. I'll give you
That's
that
all I'm
argument.
saying.
I'll give you that argument.
So the number one reason what I was hoping somebody told PhD, the reason she ain't married is because she don't want to be married. That's the reason most people not married. People typically who
That
are
too.
not married just don't want to be married.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah, I will admit I have never wanted the job title of wife. So, but I think it was Big Bad Bitch in the comments did say that I've aged out of the marriage market. Not that I was ever in it, but I like that, right? Because I am 49.
Nah,
Um,
you're right.
and
That's good right there.
perimenopausal, right? Perimenopausal. But the difference between me and the bitch that'll lay up under you is I know how to undo that. I'm gonna
Yeah, I
put a
disagree
period
with
right there.
the age limit because, like, you know, people be getting married at all kinds of ages. Like, you got a great
That's
gray
right.
marriages,
Yeah.
got gray marriages, all kinds of crazy shit.
Y'all, I do have a completely gray nap in the front of my head though. It's
A
completely
great
gray.
what?
A
Nap.
gray man.
I'm
But you
trying to
got
unravel
dreads
it
or
right
something?
now.
You got dreads? How you get a gray nap?
I got locks. I got sister locks.
Okay. All right, well, then eventually one of them they gonna eventually get gray. Like, you know, like Angry Man beard eventually gets gray sometimes.
No, it doesn't.
Because
No, it
he
doesn't, Pastor.
died.
No, he got that Ben Gay in there.
He got that
And look,
Jasmine.
and the crazy part, he needs to be on a diet instead of dyeing his damn hair. That's the problem.
Yo, I do worry about that brother and them cigars and the weight
Those
gain.
chemicals, those
I
chemicals
do.
that they put in their face.
Because like the same way we said that black women wearing weave was going to give them cancer, all that Beijing and stuff, and all these man wigs, we get the same effect, dog. Like we got to stop with the chemicals, y'all. We got to chill.
That shit is crazy. And you know what was the craziest part about it though, Pastor? For real, is that it happened after he was called a 60-year-old on the panel. He was called a 60-year-old, and then he said, you know what? Beijing it up. He put extra too. Cause I ain't never seen it that dark before either, man.
Well, because even though we say that black people, black men, even though we say we age gracefully, which is not always true, we don't like the age. We don't like the age. I don't think black people like getting old, period. But especially black men, we feel like, yeah, we getting old. We ain't made it yet. There's still accomplishments and things we want to make in life. I think that Angry Man still want to be like a rapper. Major
Not a
big
rapper.
podcaster.
Not a
not a,
I
not
mean,
rapper.
a
I'm
rapper.
just saying, like, there's accomplishments in
He said
life.
he want to be Drake. He want to be Drake. Yeah. That
And
is
those, I'm not
funny.
even mad at the nigga, but I'm just saying, like, he got to, he trying to make
Oh
it. He trying to make
shit.
it still.
Nah,
Even
but
if I don't know how old Angry Man is. Like, I don't even know how old Bomb is, but I don't. But Bomb ain't trying to make it on YouTube. I don't even. We
Angry
don't know
Man,
how old.
Angry Man is 40. They thought he was 60, so he had to put some Beijing in his beard, and but we found out that he's only 48 years old.
Because he
48.
not
Wow.
taking care of him. And that's what I'm saying. That Latino
Damn,
woman is
48.
not
Wow.
I thought
taking
he was
care of
older.
him.
Wow. I thought he was at least
What you
50.
say?
I thought he was
What
at
you
least
say?
50.
611?
I thought at
I
least
thought he was
55.
older. I thought he was
Yeah,
older.
he
He's
do
only
look older.
48.
Right. He look
Y'all
older.
lying. He ain't 48.
Yeah, yeah. I'm 45.
Yeah, he's only 48.
Well, that's what you're gonna look like in 3 more years. Six
Whoa.
five one.
Hey, look.
651.
Hey,
You got
look.
three
I've
more
been trying to
years.
tell y'all. Hey, look. Y'all OGs couldn't even hold y'all hand across the street. God damn.
I can't believe you up here lying on him. He's not 48. He's
Yeah, I
47.
don't think. Oh,
He's
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 45.
41.
47.
You know what,
He's
Kenny Man? You
47.
ain't worth two dead flies smashed together. You ain't worth two dead flies
I'm
Well,
smashed
I'm
hold
proud of
together.
on.
my
They
age.
say if you dye your hair, you gray faster. So maybe he just dyed it too. He was red. It was so maybe if sometimes the dye makes you gray faster.
Y'all leave Angry Man alone,
And
man.
I want to
Yeah,
let y'all
nah,
know,
yo.
Bomb Cherry already made it on YouTube. Bomb Cherry is a YouTube legend. Okay, she done
The hell you
solidified
talking about,
her
Kim?
YouTube career. Cause he
Hey,
Kim, we
said,
don't
"Well,
need.
Bomb Cherry not trying to make it as a YouTuber. She is a certified YouTube legend."
Nah,
Bob
Oh
Cherry is
my,
the
what
only
I
person
meant
I
by
see
that
people
is
get
hold
passes
on,
to.
Kim.
she not
Kim,
pushing
why
like
you
she
always
used.
want to change the goddamn conversation? Right now, we talking about
He
Beijing
said,
and men's beards.
"I
Hey
definitely can't
yo,
speak on that. I
so
don't.
well, I went and got my
Nobody
last
gotta
haircut.
deal with that."
I went and got a haircut like last week, right? And dude was saying like, I'm kind of thinning at the corners a little bit. And dude was,
Then, oh
You
boy,
moving back?
yeah, right,
He got his
the
moonwalk going
property
on here.
line is changing.
yeah, right. And dude
Oh
asked me,
shit!
did I want the special? And I'm like, what's the special?
He's gonna spray you up.
And I was like, when he told me what the special was, I was like, hell no, I'd rather go ball. I would rather go ball, dog. I would rather just go ball.
Get a man
Yo,
wig.
that shit
They
Hey,
real
bro.
convincing.
Hey,
You won't even know.
you want to grow it back, bro? I can help you, bro. I can put it in the back chat how to grow it back, big dog.
I ain't taking
yo,
no
Just
that
pill. I
be
ain't
is
taking no
wrong.
too
pills.
crazy.
I ain't taking no pills. I ain't doing no extra shit. If I go ball, I go ball.
Well,
It's
half
a
the time
God
is
plan.
y'all dirty ass just need to wash your hair.
I wash my hair, dog. I use doctor. I use doctor. What the doctor doctor the magic soap. I use the
White
magic
people
soap.
stuff. That's why your hair falling
Hey,
out.
hold
Magic
on,
stuff is the white
hold
people
on,
stuff.
Edelman. Edelman, they say his wife can't wear white shirts and white dresses.
Who
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
said they washing their hair
Not
with
staining.
soap? Did somebody say
That's
they
funny.
washing their hair with soap? Who said that?
He said magic something. That's what
The
he said.
magic
It's
soap. The
that
same shit I
magic
wash my
soap.
face with. Shit.
You
Black
washing
people don't
your
use
I
hair
magic.
know.
you wash your face with?
The same soap. I wash my the magic.
Oh my
Like
God.
You
I ain't got no shit. I ain't got
Is
no
it the
magic. I ain't got
black
no
soap?
special.
That's why you need
I
a
don't got
woman.
no special shampoo for my hair. I
Pastor,
don't.
you
Or
married? You not married?
That's why you need a woman.
I was married, but I ain't married no more.
yeah,
Damn.
that's why you need a woman. God
Oh
damn.
man.
Yeah, your woman, she supposed to have your whole skin treatment.
Hey, listen, all I know is that I think that is hilarious that hey, I don't know either man. If somebody was to come up here and tell me how how I look 60 and my beard is such and such, and then the next day I came and I fixed all of it to make myself look younger, yo, I would get clowned so bad.
Oh, I look at it self reflection. Sometimes men need to realize that they need to be better. Like he did exactly what you asked him to do. Literally take this conversation in
Mm-mm.
real time and apply the advice. That's how I look
Man.
at it.
But he
Wait,
already
who told him
married.
that?
What is he?
Who told him that?
Right, what?
You didn't
Mont.
see it, Diva?
Mont told
Oh,
us.
damn. Mont put Angry Man up in the headlock and said, "Ain't you 60?" Angry Man got tight. He said, "Who you calling? Oh, I was only born in 1979. I'm only 46 years old." He went off on Mont. And then Mont, he gonna go. Then Mont gonna do his show. He put on his black Air Force Ones. Oh man! And after Mont put on his black Air Force Ones and hollered at Angry Man was in the barber chair. He got the he had the thing. You know those silver things that you have to put on your hair.
No, what? What?
What? Yeah.
What the silver
When they
thing? Is
dye
that a
your hair,
dye?
Diva, don't they put like those silver
Man, no,
things
not
Oh,
in
the
your?
full. No, not the
the
full.
little clip,
Yeah. So
alligator clip.
somebody took a picture of the Angry
Oh,
Man. He had the
foils.
tinfoil all in his beard and everything. Diva.
What a joke.
Hey, listen, that was one of I think that was one of the best back and forth I've seen in a long time between them two.
Who show they was
I
on?
missed it.
They did it on their own show. So Angry Man did his response on his show, and Mont did his response on his show. It was like, and I think the
Where did
reason
it
Mont
start? Why did they even start
it
going
started
back
on
and
Trey
forth?
show, but listen, the reason Mont's show was so good, he was calm the whole time. Like you don't understand how you cooking somebody calm. He's like, yeah, and he looking sideways, like he's not even looking in the camera. He's like looking away from the camera. It was good.
That's was
Angry Man
Somebody
Who
had a
response
let
was good
picture.
Montez?
too.
Who let
Somebody had a
Montez get a
picture of him
tanner?
getting his beard dyed, dog. Damn. See, I always thought he
man.
did that shit at home,
Mm-mm.
right? I thought he did it at home, this just for men or something like that. Just
Just
did it at
Just
the
for
comfort of
me.
just did it at the comfort of his home. Just dye the shit at home.
Well,
You
when he
mean
did,
tell me
when he dyed it himself with Just for Men, that's when it turned red during COVID. Remember, he was
he
walking
did
around.
have the red? He had the red one. He had the red one. You're right.
Yeah, that's because you
And
You
then
can't.
he
know,
tried to tell us it
sometimes
was
guys
red.
can go
He tried to tell
Hey,
us
wrong.
it was
You know
let
what
me
red
I'm
because he a
saying?
Muslim.
hold
He
on,
Wait,
tried to tell us
Pastor.
it
Let
was
me just
red because he
address
was a
somebody.
Muslim.
Look.
you
Let me.
I tried
Razzball.
to dye my hair one
Angry
time, it
Man.
turned
Hold on,
green.
Kim. Angry
Was
Man's
that
too
what happened?
afraid. Angry Man's too afraid to hit my panel, my brother. So I don't know why people be acting like people ain't afraid to come hit this panel. Your favorite YouTuber is afraid to actually hit my link. They scary. So I don't know why y'all love looking up to scary ass men. Y'all love to look up men that's putting dyes in their hair, putting mascara in their hair. Y'all love to look up to men that gotta wear glasses and try to act like it's because of the ring light. Y'all in love with the man that gotta wear a hat everywhere he goes. That's the men that y'all like to communicate with. It is what it is. Scary
That
ass
time
dudes.
that angry man wore that blonde wig was crazy, dog. That shit
Oh,
was
what?
crazy.
I missed that he had a blonde wig on.
A couple of years,
Right, what?
a couple of years ago,
Elaborate
angry
on it?
man. A couple of years ago, angry man did a live stream trying to troll, right? And he had a blonde wig. I'm like, where you get that blonde wig from, nigga? He took it. They took that live stream down.
Yo,
I even did a reaction
hey,
to it,
yo,
but I took
Pastor.
my.
All I'm saying is this: like, as long the longer my show goes, it is showing that I'm the most masculine man most of these dudes ever seen online, bro.
Come
Most of
on,
these dudes will
Sharon, man.
put
Like,
wigs
yo, come
on.
on, man.
Yo, Pastor, they put wigs on.
Yeah,
Pastor, they put
yeah,
wigs
yeah,
on. They
yeah.
put
He
dye in
did.
their hair. They got the tinfoil in their goddamn beards.
Mm-hmm.
That
They
blonde
gotta
wig was
hide
too
who they
much.
are.
But I don't think he. I think he was trolling. I think I'm gonna give him a. I think he was trolling with that blonde wig. It was
No,
a bad. It was
that's
a
all an
bad troll.
excuse. It's
It was a
always a
bad troll.
joke. It's always a joke after the fact. No, bro, you had that wig the whole time. You know, you was just waiting to debut it. Where'd you even get that wig? Come on now, cut it out.
That's what I'm saying. When you get a blonde, yeah, I'm blaming his wife here. That's his wife blonde wig. It
No,
got to
it's
be his
not.
wife shit.
Look, hey, Pastor, no
No,
matter
it
how you
don't have
slice
to
it,
be.
a man, hold on, a man going inside his wife's closet and coming out with a wig on is diabolical.
That's what I was
It's
telling that nigga
crazy.
when I reviewed that shit. Like, how you going? He took that live stream down. He gonna act like it never happened. If you bring up that blonde wig, he gonna act like it never happened.
The
As
Enid
far as
man
the internet
chuckle was
goes,
hilarious.
That nigga
internet
said
goes, it
act
never
like it
happened. He
never
took that
happened.
live
It's
stream
crazy.
down.
You
He
know
took it
you did
down.
wrong when you take it down like it never happened.
He took that
Like,
live
could
stream
you
down. Give me
imagine?
that.
Could you imagine walking in the house and you see your wife like wearing your sports cup? Like she got your sports cup on. Like that ain't
Oh
stuff.
my
That's
god.
not reasonable. That's not a reasonable thing to be doing. And then
Yeah.
slipped on your wig. No, you've been waiting
Hey,
on this your
listen.
whole life, and then you gonna
All I'm
debut
saying,
it in front
every
of the whole
single
internet?
day. All I'm
Hello,
saying,
Sharon. I want to ask you this question. Somebody said this. They do you got people banned that can't come on your panel?
yeah.
Oh, okay. Is
Let
it
me
like a
get
Yeah.
lot?
you.
Uh, uh, I don't know if it's a lot, but
Oh, but no, they was banned because they was paid to be banned. They wouldn't ban
yeah.
because. Oh, okay. Because somebody tried to.
It's a couple of people that I did that just not allowed anymore. That they just not allowed. Like people like Imperious, right? I ain't,
Okay, I got
I'm
you.
not. You know what I'm saying? Like that don't make no sense.
No, because somebody was saying that they tried to have a conversation, but they was banned. And I was like, "Did you get kicked off or something?" And it's like, "Nah, Sharon just don't want to have a conversation with me." And I was like, "Oh no, I'm gonna ask
Who's that?
Yeah,
I'll tell you if
no.
they would.
Rooster.
Ruthless?
No,
Oh
Rooster.
no, Rooster got banned. Yeah.
Oh, you
Rooster
got that.
Diva blocked him. He got paid.
Or
Knocked out.
no, Miss J blocked him. Miss J blocked him.
Yep, for
She
life.
paid $500 to block him.
So
It sound
And he
like
been
it sound like
crying on everybody's channel ever since. He go to everybody's channel crying about how Miss J blocked him over here.
it.
I be
It
hearing
sound
him.
like that
Well,
truck
you
driver
know.
gig ain't kicking out like it used to do back in the day, huh?
Man, I wish I still had that live stream. I erased that shit because I feel bad
I
for
wish
him.
you
Cause
did too, because
I
that would have
erased
been.
that shit. I feel
Goddamn,
bad
Kim, are
for
you
him,
a
bro.
goddamn construction worker, Kim? Thank you. Shit. I
Yeah, I
thought
felt
Shadow was
bad
back
for
on the
that brother,
goddamn
yo. I
panel.
was like, he didn't realize what he did. He did not realize that he came up on live stream with the blonde wig and wore for about an hour talking shit. And I was like,
He's acting like a woman or he's acting like a white man.
he was impersonating a woman.
Was he
Oh
impersonating
shit.
me? Was he impersonating me?
No, I forgot who was. I forgot
Either
what happened
man.
that made him some. I don't know what.
That's
Some
crazy.
bullshit happened and he put on a blonde wig and was trolling women, yo. And I was like, I get what he was trying to do. It just didn't work out
Oh,
like
you could
that,
get what
yo.
he. Oh, you could get with him trying to be all feminine and act like a woman. I got you.
Oh no,
That
no,
makes
no!
sense.
I see the.
That makes sense. Yo, Eden man. Yo, Eden
I
man.
no,
How's this?
I felt
Yo,
sorry for
Eden
that
man.
brother though,
How
man.
is this okay?
No, I felt sorry for that brother though, man, because I know like it
That's
wasn't a good
crazy.
look. It was not a good look for like him to be in that blonde wig and like I did a reaction video to it and I was like, man, this is too harsh, man. I gotta take this down, dog. Cause like yeah, it was
Yo,
bad. It was
So you
bad, man.
backpedal? You backpedal, even though you
I
knew it was
did, I
ridiculous?
did, I did. I did backpedal because I was like,
Mm-mm-mm.
man, this is too harsh.
See,
lie.
you
Like,
part of the
like
problem. You won't hold men
the longer
accountable.
the longer I'm in these spaces, the more I see like y'all don't really care about men being like true men or being true masculine men. The only thing y'all care about is the ones that got clout to just win an argument at the time. That's it. That's all y'all actually care about. Y'all don't actually give a damn about no man's health, none of that shit. Y'all don't care.
Well, I didn't look at his beneficiary to go against him at that level because I was like, at the point at that given
Yeah, you were
time.
scared. It's okay. You were scared.
Well, you can say I was
Now you
scared,
go to
but
the gym. You're not so
you can say
scared
I
now
was
that you go to
scared,
the
but
gym.
it wasn't good for my at the time. That's when I was trying to be a YouTuber, and I realized it wasn't beneficial for
So
me
you
to.
basically pulled the Kevin Hart. You basically pulled the Kevin Hart,
What you
right?
mean? What you mean?
You bowed down. You kissed the ring, as Angry Man would say,
and you acquiesced to what you thought he would want to preserve your YouTube career.
Crazy.
You can make that argument, yo. You can make that argument, yeah. Because I was like, it ain't worth it to like call him. He wore the blonde wig, and it was wild. It was wild, dog. It was wild. And I
That's
was like,
crazy.
yo, I
But
can't
you're telling us
believe.
it's wild now.
Another wild thing that happened is that we didn't even make it to 100 likes. Y'all some disrespectful efforts, goddamn it. I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know why we can't just make it to 100 likes. I don't know what's the issue. That's kind of weird to me. Why do they do this? I don't know. Diva, you there?
Yep.
Say it, Diva. You got any final words?
Bye, y'all.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being. Let me